Are live here on YouTube with another video. This one is going to be about a topic that just came up recently. This is
Like
kind of like a
yesterday.
breaking news topic. Since I don't know the whole story behind it, I mean, I think you might know, but let's enlighten the viewers. Recently, the driver of the 41 car, Kurt Busch, is being questioned by the Dover, Delaware Police Department after allegations that he abused his wife in a mobile home or in the trailer at Dover about 6 weeks ago. This was about 2 months ago, claiming that his wife said that he got verbally violent. They had an argument. Kurt then grabbed her head, banged her head off the wall 3 times, and his wife also said that Kurt has said that he wanted to take a gun and shoot himself, which, I'm sorry, a lot of this does not add up. I mean, the thing about this is if this is true and Kurt actually did this, one, why is his wife, well, his ex-girlfriend, excuse me, coming out of the closet telling them, hey, he banged my head off the wall 3 times, and this was at Dover 2 months ago. Why would she want to the thing about it is, why would she decide to tell it now? Don't you think back then she would have told somebody back then? And oh, I know people say, well, it was after the race. I don't fucking care. If it Even if it was before, after the race, somebody would have seen the bruises. But no, we got to wait 6 weeks, and then finally she decided to tell us something that happened 2 months ago. What's your opinion on this?
It's kind of like the NFL that so many allegation reports happen within a couple of days from Adrian Peterson to that other guy. I can't remember who it was.
Oh,
But generally, the deal with the whole thing with Kurt and her now ex-girlfriend Patricia is that one is a darn shame because I thought Kurt's life was going for the better, and also I thought the Patricia's thing might have helped him. Now hearing this from Dover, at first I thought like, why Dover? Then I realized because I think in the Outlaws best documentary from Speed or the other one like and from 2012 or 2013, and I apologize. There's actually
sorry to interrupt you real quick. If anyone's getting a bad echo on their stream, I sincerely apologize. It's something to do with one of our mics. I don't know whose mic it is, but there's a really bad echo. Sorry if that's bothering anybody.
no. I mentioned it before you mentioned it. And brought it up again. All right, continue on. I gotta take care of something real quick.
The thing about this is a lot of it just doesn't add up. I mean, even if Kurt's not found guilty, even if he's not found guilty, this is still going to hurt him. This is still going to hurt his popularity with the fans. And this is the guy that just er, worked his fucking ass off getting my respect back. This is the guy that finished fourth in his first race in IndyCar at the Indianapolis 500, who earned my fucking respect, flew to Charlotte. Yes, he didn't finish the race at Charlotte. Yes, he blew his engine. But this guy raced over almost 900 fucking miles in one day. And the mere fact that if this now I'm not saying the woman's lying, but most likely she probably is. But if this is the case that she's not, and it's proven that Kurt really did do this, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I just can't respect Kurt. If it's found out that Kurt really did do this, I just can't. I can't respect the guy. I respect him as a driver, but I ain't gonna respect him as a person. I can't respect people that beat up on women. I'm sorry. I don't respect that one bit. I don't tolerate it. I don't put up with it. I hate that shit. I But then again, this is Kurt Busch we're talking about. This is the same guy who had that famous feud back in 2002 with Jimmy Spencer. This is the same guy that had that feud with his brother back in 2006 or 2007 at Charlotte, where they didn't talk until Thanksgiving when their grandmother made them sit down at the table and talk. A lot of crazy things going on. People are going to make this into another Tony Stewart, Kevin Ward thing. And if it's proven to be false, it's just going to blow up in everyone's face. I think, personally, the whole story of it is a jealous ex-girlfriend who decided, hey, since you're leaving me, I'm going to come up with a filthy little lie and try to get your ass in trouble. I think that's what the whole story is. I think his ex-girlfriend's jealous. She got pissed. She made up a lie, and now she's trying to get Kurt put in jail for it. That's what I think. Of all the times to do it, you gotta wait till the end of the season to say something. It's just stupid. I'm sorry. 6 fucking weeks. They should have said something when it happened.
Yeah, going back to Kurt, this is like the 7 or 8 media allegation he's been through since. And the weird thing about it is that this is the second time this has happened during Phoenix weekend that Kurt has been investigated or in trouble by the law. Remember 2005 when he got suspended and Kenny Wallace drove the last 2 races at Phoenix weekend?
I have a friend of mine that just asked me on Facebook if he can join the stream. He has a Google Hangout, but
he can join and have his opinion shared, no problem.
Alright.
But let's see what happens, but because this attorney is the same attorney who represented Adrian Peterson apparently. And he says that
the same attorney that represented. Wait a minute. Kurt hired the same guy that worked for Adrian Peterson. Oh God.
Yep. And he
Kurt,
said that
you're fucked.
So much.
Kurt, you're fucked. Kurt's fucked. That's all I'm gonna say. Kurt is fucked.
How come? Your thoughts.
This is the same guy. This is the same attorney that basically ruined Adrian Peterson's career. Adrian Peterson's never gonna be the same again.
No, he's pretty much not after a lot of the grievance that he got and support after his son died, and now with this, nobody really knows what to think about him anymore.
Okay, my friend's Gmail is evan06kirk@gmail.com. He wants to know if he can be in the stream.
No problem. Because my voice, I'm not sure how long.
You want me to send that to you on Twitter? That way you can type it in, Adam?
I'll type it in right now.
Alright, it's Evan, EVAN, 06 KIRK@gmail.com.
Okay.
Only thing
I'll say is that hopefully nobody starts responding to his email though, since we mentioned it on there.
Alright.
So automatically I feel bad for him in the near future. But
yeah.
Unless he doesn't care or mind at all.
I don't think he does. The guy that I told you to invite, he's a friend of mine that runs in my NASCAR league. This guy takes this stuff really seriously. So, all I'm going to say is don't piss him off because he takes this stuff really seriously. The guy is a big NASCAR fan.
I'm a big NASCAR fan too. If he has something to say, I'll let him go grits mode.
Oh, he can go grits mode. He's gone grist mode on me, and everybody knows how I can be. Me and him gone at it in the past before. So
Besides that
if he
whole
ends up
video,
if he ends up joining, he'll definitely help us get some views just by the way he is in person.
ba- based on what you said, I'll let him say whatever he wants, and also the only time I ever been legit mad that I put it on videos is that whole thing that happened last week. Other than
Yeah.
that, I just keep it on my own. But we'll see what happens with the whole Kurt Busch thing. But after, let's see, what happened with him at Dover in the nationwide race, when it was supposed to be just like a confrontation between him and Justin Allgaier, turned to, let me
I
see.
got a couple of people that are wanting to. I got hold up. I got a lot of people wanting to join now. These are all my Facebook friends. I can. It says up here I can invite some people. So all I'm gonna need is for them to send their Gmail. I'll have to add them as a friend, and then I can invite them here. Don't worry, they're cool guys. They're really cool guys. They're
Alright.
not bad. They're not bad people. If they're bad people, they cause any problem, you can just kick them if you want to. But I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna cause any problems.
Yeah, keep in mind what happened in Dover. They got him suspended. And then the whole thing with Ryan Newman. Also Loudon, both Richmond races. The whole thing with Jerry Punch. It's
Where do I
kind of
go
like
to add someone? Where do I go to add someone as a friend on Google Plus or on Google?
to invite people. There should be like a person with a plus on the top left, middle left. You see
Yeah,
the little person with a plus sign?
I'm trying.
Well, you take care of that. Here's the thing about Kurt with me. This is a guy who won the 2004 Nextel Cup. This was when it was Nextel Cup before Sprint acquired it. He won, in my opinion, as far as starting watching NASCAR in 2003, in my opinion, to this day, one of the best finales of all time. Yes, some people will say the 2011 was better, or vice versa. I think 2004 was much better, in my opinion. You had Kurt come from behind. You had all the guys battling for the title in a late restart. Greg Biffle did win the race, which was the beginning of his what turned out to be his dominating 2005 campaign. For this day, I hope Biffle wins the title because I feel like if Biffle wins the title, he'll be Hall of Fame material for the fact that he's the only driver that can say that has won the trucks, the nationwide, and the cup title. Nobody's ever done that. We had 25 drivers who's won in all three series. The most recent being Eric Almirola, if I remember quite. I think it was Eric Almirola.
Oh, yep.
No, no, it's Eric. No, I forgot.
Speaking of,
Brad Keselowski finally won a truck race at Bristol, if I vividly remember.
fuck, Brad Keselowski.
Yep, it was Bristol. Before Keselowski, it was Almirola who won in all three. But before Almirola won at Daytona, the last driver to have won in all three series was Denny Hamlin. If I recall, it might have been a truck victory that he
And the
got.
last person to win all three races in a weekend after before Denny.
Michael Waltrip, when he won the truck race at Daytona 10 years
No,
to the day.
Kyle Fuckboy Busch.
Oh, you're talking about race weekend. I'm talking about career-wise, winning in all three series.
Oh,
Kyle Busch was the 14th driver. He won in all three series, but he accomplished that after when he got his first career win at Fontana.
okay.
Now listen to these 25 drivers who have won in all three series. Ken Schrader, who obviously the first couple ones, all they needed was a truck win. Kurt Busch,
I get so there. Hold up. Go back to the Ken Trader one.
yeah, he
I want to get
won.
something off my chest. This really fucking pisses me off. The fact that people laugh at Ken Schrader because of a Little Debbie commercial he did because people called him the Little Debbie girl. This is a motherfucker that back in the 90s, if you had gone up to his face and called him a girl, he would knock your fucking lights out. Now, sure, the guy paid his dues. The guy's a hell of a racer. He's not the best, but the fact that people laugh at this guy because of a commercial he did about 9, 10 years ago is just plain stupid. Do you know what I'm talking about? The commercial where he's inside the convenience store and he has his billboard driving the car. It's a Little Debbie commercial, about 10 years old.
Let me see, because it's been a while. In fact, NASCAR commercials aren't the same as they used to be.
No, especially like Jimmy Johnson Lowe's commercial. I'm Jimmy Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
that
Betty.
commercial. Coca-Cola basically, what I'm looking at, Coca-Cola basically did the same thing with the cardboard thing.
Coca-Cola Racing Family.
Yep, I remember that commercial. Ken Schrader.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the story about it? Supposedly he took Dale Jr. to some strip club, and Dale Sr. was very upset on the Hendrix special on Speeds. Have you seen
Yeah.
the one when it was like him, Terry Labonte, Gordon Johnson Jr., I think Casey Kane, and who else was it? I think it was Jeff Bodine, I think, and Daryl.
Yeah.
Started about him taking Dale Jr. to some show or something. But here's the thing about Ken Schrader that people don't understand. This is the same guy who drove the fucking Skull car, the M&M's car, the Bread Baron for the late great Junie Donlevy, the Bread Baron of all.
This is a guy. This is a guy. I'm sorry to bring this up, but this is a guy that witnessed Dale Earnhardt Sr. die right in his eyes because he was the one that hit Sr. when Sr. hit the wall. This is the same guy that saw Sr. die in front of his eyes.
Got nowhere. He had nowhere to go. He just was in the wrong place, wrong time when the wreck happened.
Oh.
As far as Dale Jr. is concerned, he takes his stuff seriously when it comes to respecting other people. Like Dale Jr. told that Sterling Marlin had nothing to do with it. He also mentioned to not throw stuff to Jeff Gordon if he surpassed Earnhardt. He also mentioned it was those 2 times I vividly remember.
Hold up, man.
While that's going on, I respect Schrader for what he still races to this day. Obviously, he doesn't run Cup anymore. He still drives a couple different trucks, ARCA. He has his own team, but he mainly drives dirt. He's been driving dirt from way back in the 70s. I remember back in the day with Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s show when I used to watch it a lot. I think they were talking about 1975. They showed a wreck of him in 1975 in a USAC sprint race. It looked like when I saw the wreck, I was like, that wreck knocked him unconscious. I don't remember. I don't.
Where do I go? Hold up. We're off topic, but where do I go to add people on Google?
On Google Plus or on Hangouts?
On Google Plus, because that's the only way I can add them to the Hangout.
If you remember the name of their account, type it in on the top. You see the Google Plus, and you say where it says search for people, pages, or posts. Type it in, and if you find her profile, there should be something about 2 circles somewhere.
Okay, I'm trying. Because they really want in on the stream.
No problem. Speaking of sprint car drivers, Shane Meal is one of those stories that yes, what he did back in the day was wrongdoing, but at the same time he's done the best. He's done what he can to recover from that. I still remember a wind tunnel with Dave Despain, which I really miss to this day. It's one of the few shows that I legitimately watch regularly as best as I can. I remember Shane Neal telling Dave Despain that when he got barred from NASCAR, when he got banned, is probably what saved his life. One of the best things that's ever happened to him. I remember him saying that. Sad thing, nobody has that interview from when he was on Wind Tunnel, so it'll be difficult for you guys to find it if you don't remember that him saying that.
I can't add them. I can't add them right now.
How come?
I typed their name in. I typed their I typed their Gmail in, and it's not popping up.
Did you type in their account? Their name
Yes,
of the
I typed in their account. That's all they gave me. They didn't give me their name.
How about have these guys type in random sports topics? 'Cause I think, let me see. I'm typing in there right now. Let me see if I can find one of my. Yeah, if I can. I typed in random sports topics, and they should find Kurt Busch, the NASCAR media, better storyline than the Bella Twins in 1998 in sports somewhere.
All right.
And there should be an icon that says join Hangout. And if they're able to get through that point, then I wouldn't be surprised if I get a notification letting me know that they want to join
Uh,
in.
where they gotta go? Type it in. They gotta type it in on Google.
Google Plus.
All right. Anybody that's listening, type it in on Google Plus.
See if it works exactly. So this is to wrap up the Kurt thing, unless the guys that want to join in have something to say about the whole Kurt Busch thing. For me, it's kind of like we'll see what happens. But at this moment, it's a darn shame that this is happening, especially when you pertain that he's in Stewart Haas. You think Tony Stewart at this point has had enough dealing with the media and then having one of his drivers being.
This is. Oh, I forgot. Kurt's on Stewart Haas. This is the second. This is the second time this year a Stewart Haas driver's got in trouble. Who's next? Danica?
Probably not. Keep in mind you have Harvick on there. It's like here's the story. Here's the thing. If Denny Hamlin, the pulser tomorrow, wins the title next week, as much as I hope he doesn't because I want Gordon to win the title, he'll be the first guy to. Just keep in mind, back in the day, NASCAR champions didn't run the whole season because there was the notion back then that
It's like all of a sudden Hamlin just woke up, like just woke up all of a sudden. He's like, hey, I'm contending for a championship. I better go out there and bust my ass. And good job for Danny getting the pole for Phoenix. I don't think he's gonna win, but you never know. He might surprise us. He might be that surprise guy that wins the championship.
I remember, was it him or Carl Lewis that ran out of fuel in 2010 that effectively cost him the title at the same time?
Yeah.
In 2010, I wanted Hamlin or Harvick to win the title so badly, and then all we got was Marty Reed's infamous line, "The final nail on the
Alright,
coffin."
they said they're looking for it now so they can see if they can join. He said
Right?
he couldn't find it.
How about him type Kurt Busch, and when they find Kurt Busch, it should also say 1998 in the title.
This is why I fucking hate Google, man. I can't fucking hate Google Plus. I'm gonna try one more time. If they can't get in, fuck it. We're just gonna do it without them. Sorry. We'll try to get them next video.
Alright. Huh. Apparently apparently mine says share privately. Let me let me fix it if I can. Let me fix this real quick. Because it says share publicly what's going on now, but it says it's a public event, but whatever. Yeah, it should allow you to invite other people.
Oh, okay. One of my friends added me to his circles.
Alright, that helps big time at this moment. Man, with everything that is happening, true or not, this is more makes even a more further explanation that they're making Kurt's brother like Prince Charming at this moment.
For some reason, it's not letting me add people to the call. It's not letting me add people. I keep clicking invite people. It's not letting me invite anyone.
Alright, give me the email again. Just message it on Twitter.
Uh, hold up. He just added me on Google. So
Okay.
let me. Hold up. His username is Underdog394 on Google Plus, and he has a Minecraft creeper.
Let's see. Underdogs 394.
Yeah.
I only see two
No,
at the end.
Thunder,
Oh,
like the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder, then dog
okay.
394.
Is this some like? Does it look? Is this the green icon that looks like a Seamus plug?
Yeah,
All right.
it's a Minecraft thing. Everyone knows what Minecraft is.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I never played it, and I'm not aware of the characters, so that's why I said it looks like a shameless plug.
Oh,
That's what it looked like on the picture, but I apologize to any Minecraft fans
yeah,
out there. I'm not aware or knowledge on Minecraft at all, since obviously I have a college life, and also there's some things I care for, I don't. And Minecraft is one of those. I apologize.
yeah,
In the words of Batista, deal with it if you're gonna harp about it.
yep. That's weird. It won't work for me, so I can invite anyone. That's odd.
Hmm. Same. Just inviting him, and I didn't got any, and it went through. So we'll see.
All right.
All right. After Ken Schrader, Terry Labonte became the second driver to win an All-Star Series. Then Mark Martin. The first three were trucks. Then if you add Bobby Hamilton, it was trucks too.
Yeah,
Harvick was trucks in 2002. Greg Biffle, Daytona and Cup. Jimmy Spencer, trucks.
yeah.
Murray, trucks. Wait, I think it was, yeah. Stewart, Busch Series.
Didn't Senior do it one time? I don't recall Senior ever racing a
No,
truck.
I know he never did. Neither did Jeff Gordon. It was Scott Legacy Sr. who drove the 24 truck.
Jimmy Johnson raced a truck one time, just one time in his career, and that was at Bristol in 2008.
And his brother drove more races than him.
Uh,
I wonder what happened to Jared Johnson at this moment. Steve Park
so
trucks.
so it went through, but for some reason he's not joining.
How come?
Uh, I don't know. You said it went through, so he should be able to join.
Let me invite him again. Let me invite him again. It takes a couple of times.
Uh,
After Steve Park, then it became Carl Edwards. Bobby Labonte was next. Casey Kane, Kyle Busch, Ricky Craven, Kurt Busch, Johnny Benson, Clint Boyer, Ryan Newman, David Ruderman,
yeah.
Elliott Sadler. We already mentioned Waltrip, Hamlin, Almirola, and Keselowski, who have won all three series. Here's some guys who just needs one more win. AJ Allmendinger needs a truck. Ambrose needs trucks. Trevor Bayne needs trucks. Ryan
You
Blaney
say
needs
okay?
trucks.
My friend said it didn't say anything, so fuck it. Forget it. Forget it. Just forget it. We'll just do this by ourselves. Fuck it. I'm tired. I'm tired of trying to get him in here. Let's just.
Alright. Unless you have one more that you know, then I'll.
Everyone else that wanted to join, they're not on Facebook no more. They got off. I've been messaging them. They haven't responded to me. So fuck it. Let's just keep it going. We'll try next time if they're on.
Alright. There's a handful of guys that just needs a win. Even Morissette and Ron Fellows needs a cup win, but it's just not gonna happen at this moment since they don't really need Rocco's ringers anymore, which I kind of miss.
Alex Bowman got the fastest lap in practice today in the Nationwide Series.
It's nationwide series.
Yeah.
The fact that they're driving a Dumb and Dumber car is something else.
They don't race. Oh, that's right. I don't think they race Gen 6 in Nationwide.
It's like they had the new gen car before Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently Adam Rose turned heel. Who cares?
Where do you hear that?
So apparently it happened last night. It's on. I'm just looking at it somewhere right now.
Adam Rose turned heel. Let me guess. Did he attack the bunny?
This is what it looked like in one of the pictures. The only memorable highlight that the Dumb Bunny has is when Kane chokeslammed him. No way, no,
Yeah.
he didn't. You forgot. I wish Kane chokeslammed everyone in that cleaning house. That would have been the
I
best
wish
moment of
Lesnar.
SmackDown
I wish
history.
Adam Rose. I wish Adam Rose and the bunny would come out. Then Lesnar comes out F5s every fucking body. Lesnar doesn't even have to get the mic. Lesnar doesn't even have to say a word. He can just come out there, beat the shit out of everyone, then leave.
If he did it to 3MB, he could do it to anybody.
Yeah. Dude, that was fucking epic. 3MB's out there having a match, and then here comes Lesnar, and you're like, oh shit, he's gonna fuck some people up. Lesnar comes down and fucks up 3MB.
He didn't do that with the bunny. That would have. Then the bunny will be out of our TV.
Yeah.
But alright, guess we're done talking about Kurt Busch. I mentioned about his past problems with him and the media, especially in 2011.
Before we go into the driver thing, what is your thoughts on the lights going out at? What are your thoughts on the Truck Series race last night? The lights going out, the fact that when the lights came back on, NASCAR decided to call the race, and I'm reading this right now. NASCAR decided to call the Truck Series race off last night due to severe power outages happening on the West Coast. NASCAR feared for the safety of its drivers and decided that in order to provide safety to all the drivers to officially call the race due to severe power outages on the West Coast area. So what that basically means is even though they got the power back on, they still called the race. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think it's BS or do you think NASCAR had the right way?
One, I didn't saw the race. I have to rely on highlights and news. My understanding is that when I first heard about it, it's like, is this going to be like what happened at Gateway years ago? If I
There
remember,
was a there was a race on YouTube, a dirt track race. It was one of the NASCAR dirt tracks. Somebody went off the track, hit one of the light posts, knocked the light post down. Well, he didn't knock it down literally, but he knocked the power out, and they still went racing.
Gary Saint Amon, but I think the difference with the Gary Saint Amon USAR driver of his time, I think it was at the like on the last lap if I remember.
Yeah, it was.
So
So that doesn't really count.
no, not really.
They still would have raced it anyway. It was just one light.
And that happened like twice.
Yep.
I think in the same year or in a 2 year span. First time I ever heard of him was the USAR Hooters Pro Cup. But it used to be the Hooters Pro Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my thoughts is that they had 20 some laps to go, and if it's already happened once, I'm not sure what made have led to the decision, but probably I would not be surprised if it has to do with Eastern time zone, even though it was Pacific time zone to race. Because I think they had like an Eastern time zone curfew.
Yeah. How many viewers we got? We got a couple.
Let me see. If it was just one,
Oh. Well, we'll just take that. Well, we're glad we have a viewer. Shout out to anyone who's watching. Whoever's watching.
yep. So it has happened before, and I was when I was watching the 2003 Pontiac Excitement 400. The first time I seen it since I saw it live, when no Joe Nemechek won the race, they red flag it with 7 laps to go because they used to have a rule that if the caution comes in before like 5 to go, they can red flag it. They red flagged with 7 to go. They were about to restart and they called the race.
Uh,
It's just 7 to go.
do you have the hold up? Do you have the settings on where nobody can invite anyone but yourself? Maybe that's the reason why I can't invite them.
It says guests can come and guests can invite. Let me see.
It ain't working for me. We'll try again next time we do a live stream. We'll try again. So where were we at when we did the driver thing? We were at the 48. We
We were
just got
done
done with
with.
Johnson. So anyone in the 49?
I think there has been anybody in the 49 since Bam Racing shut down.
All right, next number 50. I don't.
Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna try to invite him one more time and add him in my circles.
All right, maybe that'll work.
The 50, I swear somebody drove the 50. I just can't remember. The last one I can remember was Bill Elliott.
All right. Next
One
number,
at
number
Daytona.
51. If I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me correct, somebody does race the 51 in
Justin
NASCAR. Reed Thor-
Allgaier.
Oh, I thought it was Reed Sorensen. That
No,
was
Reed
the name
Thorson was
I'm
36.
Oh,
Well,
Justin
Mike Wallace
Allgaier.
drives the 49, but only for one race.
Justin Allgaier, number 51. The thing about Allgaier is way too soon. They brought him up way too soon. Same thing with Bowman, way too freaking soon.
Bowman, yes. Allgaier, he's been in Nationwide for a couple of years. I think among all the rookies, he's been there the longest in Nationwide.
What is your opinion of Allgaier? Is he good, or do you think that he's
Given the ride that he has, he's done alright. I consider one of the underrated rookie drivers along with Michael Annett. But obviously, he has Steve Addington as his coach, which is a plus, but it's just the team he's driving that he's doing the best he can.
Yeah.
But Allgaier, the thing about Allgaier, he was a long-time nationwide driver. He debuted in Norway. He has 174 starts. So I think it was good for him. He's in Cup. I'm not sure if it's too soon, but he's doing what he can. Do I see him being a top driver? Not necessarily. But we'll see. Anything can happen.
Yep.
Alright.
Well, what do you know? I'm on Facebook right now. Somebody just posted up a picture of a picture of their custom car on NASCAR. What they did was they took the Ricky Stenhouse 2013 car, and oh wow, this is actually really neat. You know what Chase Elliott's car looked like, right? The Napa car in Nationwide?
Yeah.
This guy did the Napa paint job, but instead of it saying Napa, it says Best Buy on it. He has the Best Buy logo on the hood and the Best Buy logo on the side with the Chase Elliott yellow stripe. It's a really nice looking car.
I can imagine it.
Yeah.
Alright. Nobody's in the 52 necessarily.
No
Besides
one's in the 52.
But that was only one race too.
Yeah. No one's in the 53.
Like anybody's been in the 53 in ages.
We all know who's in the 54 in Nationwide. Oh God.
Looks like if I remember serves correctly, the last time that I vividly remember somebody driving the 54 was Todd Bodine. The sought-after National Guard car.
Well, you know who races the 54 in Nationwide sometimes?
And
Mr. Kyle Busch himself.
And in trucks, it's Darrell Wallace. Darrell Wallace, Eric Jones, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson.
How come? What is Darrell's real name? Is it Darrell, or why do they call him Bubba Wallace?
This is a nickname. I think they've been calling him Bubba Wallace during his regional days. The
NASCAR 14, the game I got, on NASCAR 14, they call him Bubba Wallace Jr. In real life, they call him Darrell.
I think Bubba's
Your thoughts of Darrell Wallace, is he, because he said next year he's going to get a full-time ride in Nationwide. He might do some Sprint Cup races. Your thoughts on him?
Let's see what he can do in Nationwide.
He's good in truck. I'll give him credit.
He is good in trucks. Same with Eric Jones. Same with Jones and Wallace. Yeah, but let's see what he can do in Cup.
Yeah.
My curiosity, out of all the guys, Daniel Suarez is getting a full-time ride. I'm not sure how he would do. Either he's going to be the next Carlos Contreras, or he's going to be something.
Yeah.
If to this day, Carlos Contreras still drives Nationwide, like he started in the 43 back in the day for us.
Yeah. 55. No one's raced 55.
Brian Vickers.
Martin. Oh, Brian Vickers.
Well, he had his 2011 movement again in Martinsville with Casey Kane.
Oh, going back on the paint themes, 49, no paint theme. 50, no paint theme. 51, Justin Allgaier paint theme, whatever that is. 52, none. 53, none. 54, Monster Energy, even though I don't like Kyle Busch. And for the 55, Brian Vickers, the car that he runs, Aaron's Dream Machine. The thing about Vickers, he's good, but sometimes he can be an ass. And I'm pretty sure what everyone knows what I'm talking about. 2006 Talladega.
What is your thought about that wreck? That last lap situation?
At the time, Johnson wasn't hated. At the time, Johnson was actually one of the most popular guys in NASCAR next to, of course, Junior and Gordon. For him to take out both Junior and Johnson at the same time, especially if Gordon involved. If Gordon was up there and he would have been wrecked by Vickers,
he would have been fired by Hamrick at the spot.
Those fans would not let Vickers leave that track alive. If Gordon was up there, if he would have wrecked Gordon, Jr., and Johnson at the same time, those Talladega fans would go ape shit.
Wow, David Stremme, J.J. Haley nearly wrecked the entire Gibbs camp. Tony Stewart collected, Paul Menard.
I'll never forget what he said after he won Michigan. What was it, 2011, I think he won Michigan?
We're talking about Vickers?
Yeah, Brian.
I think he did.
I'll never forget what he said in Victory Lane. He said, it feels good winning a race where I don't have to spin anyone out.
Might have been
Yeah,
Michigan.
Vickers.
Might have been when he was with Red Bull.
Yeah. I was happy when he won New Hampshire last year. That was one of the most.
No, that was
one of the most surprising wins of all time. Nobody was
especially a part-time driver winning it. That is very unheard of in Cup in general.
That'd be like Landon Castle waking up one morning. Feel like I have a good car. Goes out there and wins his first late. First.
Almost did in Fontana.
Yeah.
Alright, let me see what's my thoughts because
when that New Hampshire race was happening, when you saw Vickers up front, you're like, he ain't gonna win this. Was that what you was going through your head at the time? You're like, you're like, I would love to see him win, but you were thinking he ain't gonna win it.
We're talking about Castle?
No, Vickers. When he won New Hampshire last year.
I knew Vickers. Every time when he was in the 55, when he was part-timing, he will have a strong car almost every race. Almost every race he would have a strong car.
At New Hampshire, when you saw him out front, were you thinking, he ain't gonna win, but he'll get a good finish?
No, I was hoping he'd win the race.
And then when he actually did, you're like, holy shit.
No, I was surprised that he won. I just can't remember if I saw the race or... Because like I mentioned, a lot of things has gotten in the way.
Because at the time when Vickers won that race, he was just coming back from that. I think supposedly he had
blood clot.
Oh, blood clot.
Yeah. It's happened to him twice. When you're talking about Trevor Bayne having unfortunate luck in his health, Vickers has had it even worse.
Favorite paint theme of Brian Vickers, the car he runs, the Aaron's Dream Machine. Favorite paint theme for you?
The one he's driving is the one I can really remember.
56 car. Does anyone race the 56?
No, that was Truex when he was with Walter, but
no one races. Yeah, that was a nice paint scheme, the Napa car. I have it on inside line, really nice car. No one races the 57, not that I know of.
So the only relevant driver who drove the 57 was Jason Keller.
58.
And Jimmy Spencer.
58, there's really no one. 59, no one. 60,
I'm gonna drive the 60. That was Travis Pastrana. That is Chris Buescher's nationwide car. I was surprised Chris Buescher of all people won.
Do you miss Travis Pastrana from when he raced in NASCAR, or are you glad he's gone?
I never. There was something about Pastrana. Unless he knew he was enjoying, he was willing to learn, he was open-minded about learning and getting better. If I remember, he stopped running NASCAR to support his wife, Lindsay. It's Lindsay's career. He pretty much sacrificed his NASCAR career to be with his wife and support her career.
Yeah. Alright. No one races the 61.
See, the last one.
62.
I'm surprised Brendan Garland won 2 races. I saw when he won America, I was surprised. I would have been more surprised if that other guy who's battling for the win with Brendan Garland was going to win. I can't remember who it was. Road course driver, that's what I remember. But.
Yeah. No one races the 62. 63, no. 64, no. 65, 66.
There's a lot of them who drove the 66.
There's one thing that I don't understand. How come all these NASCAR drivers don't race these way up there numbers, like number 60, number 70. Yeah, you have a few drivers, but not that many.
I don't know. It's probably because it's uncommon and not many have driven those numbers, and they just don't want to try it. Here's
Yeah.
the drivers who were in the 66 so far: Michael Waltrip, Joni Machek, Jeff Burton, Brett Friggin Moffitt, Timmy Hill, Tommy Dristy, and Mike Wallace.
Oh, going back to the last video, we forgot Parker Klickman was in the 30 car. I think we did
I
cover
didn't
that.
mention Parker Kligerman. I still wish he had a cup ride over Cole Witt, but
He had a he's in the Sprint Cup on NASCAR 14.
yeah, like I mentioned, it was before the team shut down.
Michael Waltrip has a car on NASCAR 14, the 26 car. No one races, going back to the numbers, no one races 67, no one races 68. As funny as it would be, no one races 69.
Mike Wallace used to drove the 69.
I would love for someone to race the 69 just so we can make jokes about it.
No, it was not Mike Wallace who drove the 69. Who drove the 60? Somebody drove the 69 in 2001.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it was. I can't remember. I used to remember who.
Like I said, I would like to see someone race 69 just so we can crack jokes about it. Look at that 69 car out there. 69 car taking a position. Get it?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out who the heck drove the 69. I don't remember who it was.
70 car, no one really races 70 car. The only driver that comes to my mind for the 70 car is Dave Marcus.
J.D. McDuffie. And Johnny Sauter.
Yeah, rest in peace, J.D. McDuffie.
Who drove the 69? I'm trying to remember who it was.
If you want to think about that, you can.
Yeah, let me. Was it? I want to say Boris Zed? No. Hold on. Where is it? I swear somebody drove the 69. Maybe I'm confusing it with the 68. Sync. Let me type it. Let me go into racing reference.
Yeah.
Where's that? Because Morissette drove the 77 for Robert Presley in 01. Who drove it? Let me see. No, I was confusing with Anthony Lazaro, 68. Let me see who has driven the 69 in the past. Let me see. Nobody's ever won in the 69.
Yeah.
The most successful one apparently is Johnny Allen. Leroy Yarbrough drove the 69 ones, Buddy Arrington, Trevor Boyce, Ronnie Thomas, Terry Bibbins. That's pretty much it who's drove. You have to go back to 1992 since the last Cup driver drove the 69. 1992.
Yeah.
Alright. Back to the numbers. Nobody drives the 70. I think the next one on the 70 list might be Truex. Besides the 77, Dave Blaney bought. And Holly Rogers bought the 75. Truex seems to think disappointment this year. Obviously, he's been through a lot as well. With Shelley. I think Shelley Polex, if I remember that's her name. Let me look. Sherry Polex, I think that's.
Yeah.
Yep. Uh, Sherry Polex, when she's going through and everything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was still waiting. In 2010, I saw Truex was going to wreck Gordon. If he mentioned it as some number, he was going to do whatever he can to wreck it, but that never happened. But I do respect
Okay.
Truex.
Moving on. No one races the 71. No one races the 72. No
I
one
think
races
Truex
the
is the only one in the 70s besides Dave Blaney, which I already mentioned.
Yeah. No one races 71. No one's in the 72. No one's in the 73.
You gotta go
74?
Elmer team with the 72.
Oh, yeah, but I don't really follow Nationwide that much no more.
No, I'm talking about Cup 72.
Oh.
Back to Kurt Chelmerdine.
Yeah, but he only ran a couple of races this year.
No, Kurt Sherwin has not driven in Cup in years.
Oh.
But alright, we're going to the 80s. And if I remember,
74, no. 75, no. 70.
nobody drives the 70s besides Truex.
Yep. 77, nope.
Well, Blaney and the
78.
competitors.
78, hold up. We do have a driver in the 78. Martin.
I just talked about Truex.
What?
I just talked about Truex. That's why I said nobody besides Truex drives the 70 on the 70 race on a regular basis.
Yep. The thing about Truex is I can as much as I like seeing him win Dover way back in like 2007, that was sad considering the fact Phil French Jr. died the same day that not McMurray, Truex got his first career win. That was kind of sad.
And it was on a race.
And Truex just bouncing from team to team. I mean, this is the guy that was in.
He was supposedly going to be the next big thing. He was like some people whose vertigo even want to see the next Dale Jr.
Yeah, I was happy when he won Sonoma last year.
I was there. I knew Gordon was not going to catch. I knew he was catching him as best as he can, but I knew that Truex got it. I knew Truex was going to win.
What's your opinion on Truex Jr.?
I already mentioned about Truex. This year he's been. I thought he going in the 78. He was going to get like wins, top 5s, top 10s regularly. Nope, I was completely wrong.
Nope, he ends up bouncing from team to team, and
Truex, in my opinion about Truex, I think he got screwed out of Michael Waltrip Racing because of what happened.
I love that car he raced, the 56 Napa car. That was a nice looking car. Favorite paint scheme for Truex this year easily would be Furniture Row. That's the only thing he's really raced.
I only see Furniture Row in general drives since the Kenny Wallace days. We're talking about the team that Kenny Wallace drove in 06. And now look what Regan Smith and Kurt Busch to a certain degree has done.
Yep. Moving on, no one's in the 79. No one's in the 80.
Regan Smith to this day is a 2-time Cup winner. From what you heard, in my opinion, he won 08 at Talladega.
Yeah.
Yes, I know realistically they show him won't win, but in my opinion, he's a 2-time winner in my heart.
Yep.
Next is Ryan Truex. Way too early.
Ryan Truex, what number?
83. He doesn't drive it anymore.
The 83 car is on NASCAR 14, and I gotta admit, if there's one thing I like about Ryan Truex, that paint scheme looks fucking badass with the fucking pipes on the side blowing out fucking flames.
Yep.
Looks like fucking hot rod. Nice wannabe nicest paint scheme in NASCAR this year, but one of the worst teams. It's that's what's so sad about it. It's a nice paint scheme, don't get me wrong, but
Looks
Ryan
kind of
looks good.
misleading.
The team just sucks.
And yeah,
Your
they
thoughts on Ryan Truex?
a fail. Then
A
again, he's
fail, but
been
his car.
way too early in Cobb. Give him 2 more years at Nationwide, he might be ready again.
We can both say it's about Ryan, though. At least he had a nice looking car.
Mm-hmm.
84, no one. 85, no. 86,
Looks like anyone
no.
driven the 84 since Allmendinger and
Yeah. 85, no. 86, no. 87, no. Oh boy, and
oh,
now we're at the number where everybody's waiting for.
well, somebody drives the 87. Not much as they used to. Was like Nemechek. But the thing about Nemechek, we talked about him because I watched the race at Richmond. The thing about Nemechek, used to be a qualifying machine back in the day.
Oh, definitely.
When it was this
Oh,
was before Ganassi, it became Ganassi when it was Savco Racing with Felix Salades.
and now it's funny that here's a guy that yeah he wasn't the best, but he could win Talladega, he can win super speedways, he can win a couple of races, and now all he is today is a guy that just starts in park.
Well, he's a Nationwide Series regular now.
Yeah.
Drives a couple trucks. We'll see how John Hunter does. I was so disappointed. I saw with Herman Caroga. It's like, no. Maybe I wanted John Nemechek to win a good way.
And now, okay, now we move on to the driver that everyone wants to hear. Yes, Junior Nation fans, we weren't going to forget Dale Earnhardt Jr. In my opinion of Junior, he's good, but he ain't like his father. Do I think Junior's gonna win a championship? Maybe someday.
He had a good
Someday
chance
he's gonna
this
win one.
year. As
And
much
favorite paint theme of Junior before I let Otto have his opinion. Favorite paint theme of Junior. Either two choices. Well, actually, I leave it down to three. The Mountain Dew Kickstart car he ran at Vegas, which is a very nice looking car. The Kelly Blue Book car or the Superman car that he raced at Michigan. What's your opinion of Junior and what's your favorite paint theme?
when I started watching NASCAR, I supported Junior. And then I remember '04 when he was doing really good. And I realized, yeah, he's the most popular driver. You can get it from the fans.
Do you ever think Junior's going to win that championship? Do you ever
I
think it's going
really
to happen?
hope he does. This year was his best chance in a real long time.
And then Talladega fucked that.
If it wasn't for Talladega, I think
Junior would be in home. Junior would be at Homestead
yeah,
right
he'll
now.
be he would have been championship contender. I wouldn't mind Junior because he was my original Final Four pick before I get my full opinion about Junior. I like the Mountain Dew colors to look with the Xbox One underneath. It pretty much
You
looks
don't
like
like
the logo.
that's the only paint scheme you actually like.
No, I like I like the national card, especially the gold 88. It looks really cool. The one he regularly drives at Daytona. The one he won at Daytona.
Well, it's like the video says here. We're talking about storylines that are better than the Nikki and Brie Bella sisters being shoved down our throat.
I can name a couple of them right away, but let my opinion about Junior.
All right.
Here was my original Final Four, and I was being realistic on my picks. No bias of any sort. I had Gordon, Keselowski, Logano. No, wait, hold on. Gordon, Keselowski, Johnson, and Harvick in my Final Four. So I was being realistic.
Out of all those four, who'd you had to win the championship?
I had Gordon, yep.
We'll find out after this time. We'll find out tomorrow afternoon who's the final four moving on to Homestead. And please, for the love of God, I got my fingers crossed. Don't be Brad Keselowski. I got my fingers crossed. Brad don't move on. If he moved on, we're fucked.
If Logano moves on, we're double fucked.
I'll be okay if Logano. Here's the thing. I'll be okay if Logano moves on. I won't be okay if Keselowski moves on.
I won't be okay with.
I definitely won't feel good if both of them move on. I will not feel good if both of them move on. Because that, you know what that either means? 4 people, 2 of them are Penske. Penske got the best chance at winning.
It will be worse if it's like Newman and Kenseth and the Penske drivers. This is like boom, right there, championship's over.
But then again, Harvick and
Newman. Oh yeah,
Harvick and Hamlin are really good at Phoenix. This is the one track where they can just get one win.
Harvick at this point is the king of Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's the king of Phoenix.
Easily, he might win Phoenix and move
They even talked about it on their last week's race that Harvick was. They pretty much assumed that Harvick was pretty much going to win Phoenix. The ESPN commentary.
Yeah.
We're spoiling season that Harvick may win it. Who knows?
Maybe your favorite paint theme for Junior is the Xbox One Mountain Dew car. Okay.
That or the National Guard color for the golden 88.
Ooh.
That kind of looks like Buddy Baker's paint schemes from his time.
Wow, we don't have that many drivers left. No. Moving on, next number 89.
I wasn't finished with Junior, in my opinion, Junior. I respect Junior. I respect the family. And that was at the time.
But is Junior overrated like people say he is? A lot of people say Junior's really overrated.
I don't really consider him overrated as he is one of those guys that wins every race or thoroughly consistent. That's what Junior is doing the last couple years, consistency. Just getting the wins is what he needs. This year he's done a really good job.
I was happy when he won Martinsville, but then
I was pissed that I couldn't enjoy it.
I had to laugh at it. People are like, people on Facebook are like, oh, he gets eliminated at Dega, but the week later he wins Martinsville. This chase format sucks. I agree. Why with you people?
No, I agree. I never liked the chase. Since 07.
Yeah.
The thing about Junior, hold on. The thing about Junior is that I wasn't pissed that Junior won. I was more pissed that Gordon lost because it was his last chance of winning this year. And if it had not been for the fucking if it had not been for the pit road thing, he would have won. Maybe. At the end of the day, it reminded me of Martinsville 04 that the racetrack cost him the win.
Damn you, Clint Boyer. That's all I can say. Damn you, Clint Boyer.
I can't. Was it Boyer? Help.
Texas. Boyer brought out the caution.
Texas. I was talking about. Yeah, Texas. But Martinsville, I don't remember. I don't even want to talk about the last couple of races.
Gordon gave it his best shot to beat Junior, but everyone knew Junior wanted that win because it was Martinsville. His family's got a tradition at Martinsville, going all the way back to Ralph Earnhardt, actually.
The Hendrick family in general, because it was 10 years when the tragic deaths happened. The sad thing about it, when it was the 10th anniversary of the tragic plane crash, that's when the whole Marysville thing happened.
Yeah.
And to this
Moving
day,
on.
To this day, besides Dan Weldon's staff, that was the one that hit me the most.
Yeah. No one races the 89. 90 car, I don't recall anyone.
David Reagan drove the 90 for Junie Donlevy's memory at Richmond. It's a one-off.
Yeah. 91, no. 92, no.
We can talk about 60 Compton, but that was ages ago in 92.
93, no, 94. I could throw in Bill Elliott in the
93 is
90s.
a hard time. And Morgan, I
No.
think this was the race that Morgan Shepherd got infamy for the Joey Logano incident. 93 or 30.
That the thing about that race, Morgan didn't mean to do that. This is a guy that's been racing in NASCAR since the freaking 70s. He didn't mean to. And the fact that Logano starts this whole hate war on Morgan Shepherd because everybody says Morgan is too old for NASCAR.
Fox State James Hilton almost made the Daytona 500 at 70. Herschel
Yeah.
McGriff, I think, still drives to this day in the regionals somewhere. But that might have been years ago. The last time I heard about Herschel.
94, we could go back to Bill Elliott back in the 90s when he raced the McDonald's car.
Have you seen a NASCAR meme that talked about how Morgan Shepherd was going to replace Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah.
There was some meme that was talking about, like, on the sideline it says, like, Jeff Gordon, Court Cendric. Like, I kind of want to see that actually happen. Morgan Shepherd will get one more run at the title. Let's see how really good the Formula is.
It's not gonna happen.
No, I know. It's just a meme. But hey, my imagination is running wild at this moment.
Thoughts of a '94 car. We all know Bill Elliott raced that back in the '90s. Personally, your opinion. Which number was he better in, the 9 car or the 90?
Or even the 11, but mainly the 9.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing about Bill Elliott in 1990. He won. Davey won a Daytona. He was involved in the big one when Sterling Marlin was also the big one happened. Then he won like 4 in a row. Never won until the finale.
When I think of the original McDonald's, I think of Bill Elliott. When I think of people that race with McDonald's, I think of Jamie McMurray and Bill Elliott.
Because they're the ones that made it a big sponsorship.
Yeah.
Apparently, Kurt Shelmerdine. I remember he drove Coca-Cola and McDonald's.
I know some people.
Kurt Shelmerdine drove for the McDonald's in the 80s.
Yeah. I know some people are going to bring up that rookie. I can't remember his name. You might know him. The guy that made a rookie star in the practice for Daytona 2001. He raced a McDonald's car. And supposedly,
Andy Houston was a major.
Yeah, he got in the way of Senior, and Senior supposedly spun him out.
Andy Houston, along with most, 2001 rookie class was one of the worst, biggest busts of all time.
Who are all the rookies?
Besides Harvick and Kurt Busch. Ron Hornaday, Andy Houston.
Where's Andy Houston? What's Andy Houston doing now? Is he even in NASCAR?
I think he's a spotter somewhere. Because look at Tim Feedwell, he's a spotter.
Well, I guess the lasting memory of Andy Houston is him getting turned by Dale Earnhardt Sr. in 2001 at Daytona.
Jason Leffler, Casey Atwood was in that rookie class.
No, I don't think Leffler was that bad.
He just had that. He was good in Nationwide. I think he was getting better.
He was very underrated in Sprint Cup. I remember that race he gave Johnson at Charlotte. That was really good. We're
talking about when there were like 22 cautions.
Yeah.
That was Bobby Labonte.
Oh.
Leffler failed to qualify. That's why he was driving. Labonte drove the FedEx colors.
I thought Leffler was racing that day. Damn it.
No. Oh, if it was Leffler, that would have been a big upset.
Yeah, but Johnson still won.
Here's the thing about 2001 rookie class. Based on only 2001, and not counting Harvick, because he was supposed to be a rookie full-time in 02. He was going to only drive a couple cup races that year.
I
The
heard
entire
the
rookie class was
I
bad.
heard rumors they were going to put him in a 29 car in 2002. They're going to have Senior stay in the 3. They're going to have Harvick in the 29. Somebody from Richard Childress was going to end up losing their job. Probably going to be Steve Park, I think.
No, easily Mike Skinner. We're talking about RCR. Mike Skinner, 2001 was just brutal for him.
Mike Skinner was good in that 31 car when he was racing the Lowe's. The original, as I like to call him, the original Mr. Lowe's before, of course, Jimmy Johnson. Mike Skinner could fucking drive.
Well, he made the Lowe's color famous. Mike Skinner, yes.
Yeah.
Was it Derek Coburn?
Hell, go back to the 1998 Daytona 500. Yes, we all know the whole story of Earnhardt winning it, but Mike Skinner was up there. He actually was contending to beat Dale Sr. to win the 500. And it was what, his second season in NASCAR?
It was his second full season. The funny thing about Mike Skinner, he made his Cup debut in 1986.
Did he ever win a NASCAR race? Cause
not in Cup, except for Japan 2 years in a row.
There were plenty of.
Might have been Mr. Lowe's, not Derek Cup. Brepo 9.
There were a lot of races where I wanted to see him win. Talladega, the Winston 500 in 2000, where Senior won. Mike Skinner was that close to winning his first win.
Kenny Wallace could have gone for a win too, but I think he was just intent to help Senior win.
Yeah, probably because everybody was shitting their pants because before to go, Senior's all the way back there. Like there ain't no damn way he's gonna come back.
18th to first and 4 laps.
And I know I've heard the rumors about it I've heard rumors that NASCAR told the drivers to get out of Senior's way. I heard rumors Senior had nice rocks. I heard rumors Senior had a bigger engine and he took the restrictor plate off on the last pit stop. All that's bullshit. I don't believe any fucking.
If they took the restrictor plate, he would have been 29th or 30th, and then we would have saw Earnhardt with the hood up.
Yeah, there's literally people who said, well, maybe they took the restrictor plate off. That's how Senior was able to catch up to them so fast.
That would have been a 2-minute pit stop, or maybe 3. He would have probably been a lap down. Nowhere near in contention when he got caught up. I think there were like 20-something, 30 cars on the lead lap.
How do you think Senior was able to catch up? Some people said it's because Senior could see the wind. He could see the air. I've heard the myth that Senior could actually.
No one heard about it. Probably finding the right guy to work.
And at the end of that race, everyone remembers who it was at the end of that race before Senior came up. Mike Skinner and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Let me see. Let me look up the finish. Let's see because I don't think they mentioned Earnhardt at the end. Because that was like Bonnie, Mike Skinner, and Dale Jr. battling for the win.
Bobby Labonte's 2000 Winston Cup Championship is very underrated.
Oh, he dominated. Basically, yeah, dominant 2000 season. Consistency-wise.
People look back on it and said that's one of the most underrated seasons ever.
All right. I'm at 6 to go at Talladega. Earnhardt is open air at this point. But
all I say is he
was in the second pack at that point.
Yeah. Whoever gave Labonte the car in 2000, they must have gave him a really good car if he can go out there and win a championship.
In a Pontiac.
And the funny thing about it is, did Bobby Labonte ever finish in the top 5 in points ever again?
I don't think he did at all. Let's see. 2001, I know he had a bad couple races then and there. Restrictor plate races, he always ended up wrecking. Daytona flipping over, having Tony Stewart out of his hood.
I still call Bobby Labonte the most underrated Brickyard 400 winner ever.
Hmm.
Nobody appreciated.
What about Ricky Rudd? Nobody remembers Rudd winning that too.
Yeah.
He
No
and
one
Ricky
really remembers.
Rudd.
Nobody really remembers Earnhardt winning it in '95.
No, they remember it because they mentioned it that Earnhardt really wanted to win the Brickyard so badly. Maybe as much as the 500 at the time.
Yeah, and then
Especially
when he won Brickyard, everybody's like, "Well, there's one more race to go," and then sure enough, Earnhardt won 500.
you see, I'm watching Ford to go back of his Gardner grass. He's got more open room. He's getting Gordon's behind him. And now he's in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10th. He has open room that he goes. I think he's gonna go down. He picks up the next
And the fact,
draft with
little
Michael
funny fact about
Waltrip
that,
or Elliott Sadler.
funny fact about that race, didn't Gordon start in the back with the backup car? Didn't he damage his car in a practice before that race?
I think you might be confused with the race that he won. I'm not sure. And then John Andretti almost won the darn race, and now it's 4 wide with Jared Labonte and Andretti and Junior.
Yeah.
Now Earnhardt is drafting Andretti. That's what's pretty much gonna get him the win right there. And then Kenny Wallace is behind him.
Yeah.
John friggin' Andretti in the Pontiac almost won the race. And even a bad Terry Labonte. Keep in mind, Terry Labonte in 2000 was not good at all.
That was when Terry Labonte was starting to. That's when, yeah.
The Hendrick team in general was not good in 2000 all that much. It was like Gordon's worst season since his rookie year at the time, or 94.
Yeah.
Okay, he's now in 4th, with Labonte 2 to go. Yeah, I think he found open room and took advantage of it.
Do you think we're ever gonna see anything like that ever again? A guy working his way back from like way back down with
It's
like
freaking
20th.
easy with the big packs. With the 2-car tandem, it was easy to do.
Yeah.
These days, it might be more difficult. It's very difficult to get to the mid-pack to the front. Look at Gordon. He had a horrible finish because
Every time I think of that race, I remember Earnhardt before the race because at that time NASCAR had made a rule about the restrictor plate. I think they had 2 restrictor plates on the engine. Earnhardt before the race, he had a restrictor plate in his hand. He said, "This is horse shit." And he filmed it. Earnhardt was pissed off after the race because of the fact of the restrictor plate thing.
we're talking about when he was upset at Daytona.
Yeah. Oh yeah. When he was upset at Daytona 2000.
Nobody could pass really. The only way you could make some passes was on pit road. After a long green flag run, it was difficult.
That race went like what, 90, 100 something laps without a caution.
If I remember, I only saw like the first 4 laps of the 500.
I have the full race
One of
on
the
the.
boringest.
I have the special collector's edition of Dale over here, the movie, and I actually have the 2000 Winston 500.
No, I have it too.
If it wasn't for copyright on YouTube, I would try to upload the full race on YouTube. If it
There's
wasn't for
already some of
copyright.
them on there, the original broadcast with the ESPN graphics throughout the race.
Yeah.
They don't show the ESPN graphics at all, other than replays.
Funny going back 14 years ago, watching Talladega before they repaved it and everything, watching all them old cars, Gen 4s, and
The paint schemes that used to look
it just looks
badass.
really odd. It just looks really weird.
Maybe a lot has changed.
Yeah.
No such thing as going by, no such thing as a yellow line or a double yellow line rule.
All right, I know we got a little off topic. Let's go on to the last couple of numbers.
Yeah.
Number 95, Michael McDowell.
I still to this
That
day
was a hard crash.
with Scott Reed. As much as I still sometimes get Michael McDowell confused with the 98, which is Josh Wise.
Here's the thing about Michael McDowell. He's not much underrated, but he's still a little bit underrated. The only thing that I can remember about Michael McDowell is that crash he had at Watkins Glen. That was a hard crash.
I still remember he was in Joe Gibbs and he had some good runs. I think he might have won a race with Gibbs. Michael McDowell. I remember Michael McDowell back in the friggin' Atlantic days when he was trying to go to Champ Car.
Hmm.
He was like one of the top drivers of one of the lower level Champ Car series.
Favorite paint scheme by Michael McDowell. The one that he raced at Chicago, the Caleb one.
He didn't win.
Oh.
I thought he did, but
yeah. The one paint scheme that I like about Michael McDowell, I don't know if you honestly remember it. You remember the Caleb paint scheme he raced at Chicago with the skyscrapers on the side of the car? Whoever made that car, pure genius, nice looking car. Paid a lot of respect to Chicago. It had the Sears.
Oh, I dig the red and black. So yes.
What's your opinion on Michael McDowell? You basically already given it.
Still remember him from the Atlantic days. I think it was the Atlantic days. I don't remember.
All right, moving on.
Oh, the Star Mazda series. He's just been involved in big hard wrecks, even the one at Watkins Glen with the whole rear end axle breaking.
Yeah.
I think he may have some potential, but at this moment he's just maybe in that route of the equivalent of a mid-car driver status.
Alright, next driver. No one races in 96 anymore. No one races in 97. 98.
Josh Wise.
Josh Wise. And I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to offend anybody out there that's a Josh Wise fan. The only thing Josh Wise, I'll let you have your opinion. Sorry to interrupt, but the only thing people are gonna remember about Josh Wise is that stupid fucking Dogecoin car he ran at Talladega. That's the only thing people are gonna remember him for. My favorite paint scheme, the Dogecoin car, but that's the only thing people are gonna remember Josh Wise for in his entire career. It's him racing a puppy car at Talladega. Your thoughts on Josh Wise?
Like Allmendinger and Michael McDowell, remember him in his open wheel sprint car days. That's the first time I ever heard of him.
What was your thoughts?
I was surprised he made it in an all-star race. I wasn't aware of Dogecoin or all that, but...
What is your thoughts on the Dogecoin car? The fact that he's probably going to be mostly remembered for that car. What is your thoughts?
It'd be sad and unfortunate.
I mean, it's not bad. It's not a bad-looking car. It is for a good cause. It's just the fact he's just going to be remembered for that car.
It could be a sad and unfortunate thing. That's kind of like what with Kevin Conway, except Josh Wise has more potential than Kevin Conway can dream of.
If he's going to be remembered for that car, why not just make it his primary sponsor for 2015? Somebody needs his message.
Budget.
Yeah, I know, but since he's going to be remembered for it, why not just make it his primary car? And no offense, he actually does pretty good in that car. Look what he did at Talladega in the spring race in that car when he debuted it. He actually did really good. He led a couple of laps, actually. He actually led a couple of laps in that car.
Yeah. Looking at his finishes, for the most part, except for a couple of races, he's been within the 20s from time to time.
Yeah.
He finished 21st at Darlington. For a car like that, just outside the top 20.
Do you think he's ever going to get good or no?
Well, he could be good. It's just the car and team he'll drive for in the future.
He's just going to be remembered as Mr. Dogecoin Man, in my opinion.
Probably.
What the hell is Dogecoin anyway? Is it some sort of charity for, I heard from people it's some sort of coin collector system.
It's probably what it is.
And the main fact that And in that real NASCAR, the car is a Ford, the Dodge Coin's a Ford. On NASCAR 14, you Technics messed up and made it a Chevy. But I ain't gonna complain. At least we got it on NASCAR, but it's a Chevy. Oh well.
I thought it was.
Next driver,
I thought it was a
yeah,
Toyota. I thought it was a Toyota.
no,
Maybe.
it was a Ford.
I guess they realized that the Toyotas weren't gonna work, so they decided to go elsewhere. No, he drives. Apparently, he drives Fords on super speedways, Chevys on other tracks.
Next driver, the last one, Mr. Carl Edwards, who won't be in the 99 anymore next year. I'm gonna miss him.
19.
What is your thoughts on Carl Edwards? And I'll give my thoughts.
He trying to remember if he pissed me off a couple. I don't think he pissed me off that I know. I was pissed when at Richmond when the whole thing with Tony Stewart with the restart thing. I haven't seen it ever since, but at the time I was like, Edwards didn't jump the start and they screwed him over. But that was years ago.
Do you still think he was deserving enough to win 2011, or do you think Tony deserves that more?
I'm all for consistency.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the Chase format, Edwards would have won it.
Would have won the title easily.
Yeah.
What hurt him? The Chase format is he only won at Vegas.
That battle with him and Tony at the end of that season at Homestead, one of the greatest races of all time.
Yeah.
Because everybody realized whoever wins this race wins the championship. And Edwards kept trying and trying and trying. He was catching Stewart. Yes, Stewart was going away with
ground. He was basically like a second or two behind the lot for 30 laps. Couldn't be identical. To me, to this day, I still think 2004 was the better of the Chase finale.
Yeah.
That's just me, but.
So, seeing that Carl's going to the 19 next year, what are your memories going to be of Carl in the 99 car before he moved on to Joe Gibbs?
His first win at Atlanta. A couple of his backflips.
Easily the 2011 season.
The way he was somehow managing to find a way to be strongly consistent.
The whole Brad Keselowski, Carl Edwards feud back in 2009 and 2010. We won't forget that feud.
Yeah, sadly, it's only escalated nationwide.
It's funny to think back then we were hating on Carl for that feud with Brad, but now we're the ones that like Carl and we're the ones that hate Brad. It's funny how things switch around in time.
I didn't hate neither of those two brothers. I really didn't care much about those two as far as liking them or hating them. I was like, okay.
Well, it's all changed now. Wow, both of us hate Brad Keselowski, and, well, we don't really care for Carl, but we don't hate him.
No. What he did in Atlanta was like, laps down, but that was just...
How do you think Carl's gonna do next year? First season with Joe Gibbs. He might get a win or two. I think he'll actually win a race next year.
I don't see him doing a Mac Kenseth and winning several races right off the bat. Because not even Kenseth has won this year. I think he'll end up winless for the coming years. Let's see.
Favorite paint scheme of Carl Edwards for you this year?
So many of them. God. Maybe the Kellogg's one?
Mine would be the Subway car.
Ooh, the Subway one.
Either
that or the UPS one.
And since Carl's going to the 19 car next year, I might as well throw it in. Favorite paint scheme of all time by Carl Edwards?
His Office Depot.
The Office Depot.
0405 Office Depot.
Yeah. And that's it for all the drivers. We pretty much covered them all. I don't know anyone
That's
that's in
it.
the 100.
NASCAR don't allow 100 numbers. Anything above 100, they don't
No,
allow.
so we covered everyone.
Alright, let's talk about the Bellas for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up with 1998 for a little bit.
All right. This whole and I know there's a lot of people out here that watch the channel or watching the live stream for NASCAR. This isn't just NASCAR. We also talk about wrestling and stuff on here, so we're going to move over into wrestling now. This whole Bella storyline is just stupid. I mean, when they were shoving it down our throats at SummerSlam, I hated it. But now it just seems like WWE's starting to take a step back. It's like they're not even caring about the storyline no more. Which is kind of good for us. I mean, at least they ain't shoving it down our throat no more. The only reason that Nikki Bella and Brie Bella are having these storylines the way they are is because of the two people they sleep with. That's the only fucking reason. If it wasn't for that reason, they wouldn't do jack shit with these two. These two would probably end up being fired. How much you bet if it wasn't for who they're associated with, these two would be fired a long time ago.
They came back before Mania 29 only to have their match being canceled.
They
I'm
got
still waiting for
fired.
the day
They
that
got
Damien
fired.
Sandow gets a WrestleMania moment.
The two get fired, then they throw temper tantrums. Then Stephanie and Triple H decide, okay, we'll hire you back. They bring them back, and this is what's happening. When they got fired, when they got fired the first time, like the original first time they got fired, I didn't care for it. I'm like, good riddance. And then they bring them back. I'm sorry to say it, this Nikki Bella, Brie Bella storyline is not going to end till WrestleMania. It's going to go all the way to WrestleMania. And some people are already saying that it's going to lead up to a John Cena and Daniel Bryan match. Again.
For a mixed tag team match?
And from what I've heard from some people, when Bryan comes back, they're turning him heel.
Wow. Way to fuck up the most over guy since.
Yeah, because they figured they have this Nikki Bella's a heel. She's associated with John, and everyone knows John is Cena as the face. And Bree's the face. She's associated with Daniel, who's the face. So I guess the whole notion is when Bryan comes back, they're gonna have Cena and Bryan go in a match, and Daniel's gonna turn heel.
Yeah, if it's true, if that happens, way to fuck up the movement if there really was one.
Yeah, the Yes movement. You got all these people that are supporters of Daniel Bryan, and even Daniel Bryan said this. Even Bruce said, and I've looked up videos of this. Daniel Bryan has said this. People ask him, why do people care about you so much? He says he don't know. It's just something that started up It's something that started up last year around November, December, got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then all of a sudden, as soon as Royal Rumble hit, boom. Boom. Daniel Bryan don't even know why he's over with the fans. He doesn't know. He was
over in ROH. They even had a chant for him.
Yeah, and the WWE wants to push him as a freaking GOAT.
That you're gonna get your fucking head kicked in was like one of the chants he got.
Yeah. Remember his theme song down in ROH?
I think. Oh, the final countdown.
Oh my God! They brought Daniel Bryan back in WWE, and they have him have the final countdown as a theme song. Ooh. But they ain't gonna do it because one, they don't want to pay the rights for the final countdown. They already had trouble with Cult of Personality when Punk was around.
What about
They're
Ricky
not
the
gonna do
Dragon
that.
Steamboat when he had pretty much the unofficial or official theme to the Chicago Bulls during the Michael Jordan era?
Yeah.
Still haven't found an organic version of WrestleMania 3 with the theme attached.
Somebody did upload it, but WWE took it down.
That has to be before the network, way before I started watching the classic matches.
Yeah. It used to be before the network came around. If you wanted anything wrestling, you just go on YouTube and look it up. Yeah,
Actually,
sometimes
find full
there
pay-per-views.
were people, I shit you not, and I'm pretty sure you've seen this. There were people uploading full WrestleManias on YouTube before the network came out. There was WrestleMania 17, there was WrestleMania 3, WrestleMania 14, WrestleMania 21, full shows of WrestleMania on YouTube. And what does the
Yeah,
WWE do? Take them all down.
we have to deal with the worst Dove theme of all time, Taka Michinoku's WrestleMania 14. I have a copy of Mania 14, the worst Dove theme of all time. You get rid of Taka's
Oh,
badass
when he
theme,
had that Japanese theme song and then they overdubbed it with elevator music.
complete stereotypic elevator music. It's like, this is not Taka, that's more like Japanese boy from that song from Vice City 2.0.
Oh.
Japanese boy, the song from the 80s. That's what it reminds me of.
Oh.
I swear that artist also did this H.A. Lee song. That's what it reminds me of looking at it now.
You wanna know one thing that pisses me off the most about this network? The fact they edit out theme music, the fact that they edit out blood, but the fact they have Over the Edge 1998 unedited on the network.
You mean
That's what pisses
99?
me off. Yeah, the night Owen died.
No, they don't show. They don't reference or show Owen or what happened. They just after I think it was Bossman Al Snow match. They went forward to the Jeff Jarrett match. They don't.
Mm.
That's not the entire thing as it happened. They cut out the Owen part.
If there's one time where I said if there's one time I could say the show should have been stopped, it was that night. They should have just stopped it, gave everybody their money back. Hell, if you don't believe me, go look up the Undertaker Stone Cold match from that night. When Undertaker came out, look at his eyes.
No, though
He
nobody was
didn't
in.
want to be out there.
Even the Rock versus Triple H. Was the Rock
And Undertaker's known as being one of the toughest sons of bitches in the locker room.
and a more
He
private
was out there
matches.
he was out there fighting back fucking tears. He did not want to be out there. And the fact Vince kept the fucking show going is one of the things that pisses me off about this man.
And the crowd was basically dead, and nobody really cared to take over
If I
the
was
title.
if I was that crowd, I would have left. I would have got up from my seat and left. I don't care about a refund. I ain't watching this shit after I just saw someone die. Fuck that. I don't know why nobody in that crowd just got up from their seat and left.
See, there were a couple of them dead, or in the Raw Soul special.
I heard reports a couple of people left. I heard reports Mick Foley was after Owen died, Mick Foley refused to come out that night for Over the Edge. Supposedly I guess he was supposed to have a match that night and he refused to come out and
I think it was the Union and the Corporation. After that, that's when they announced Owen died. After that match is when they announced.
And supposedly Mick Foley was a big fan of Mick was personal best friend of Owen, but his son was a big fan of Owen Hart because I even have the book over here.
Oh yeah, they
Both
even
times.
the Raw is showing that his
You know the biography book. You know the biography book Mankind wrote in 1999. The
have a nice
biography
day.
of his life. Yeah, have a nice day. I have that right over here.
I still have to buy that
He
book.
said he said his son was a big Owen Hart fan, and supposedly the rumor goes Mick Mick Foley's wife called him, and his children were very upset, and they basically told him not to wrestle that night. And he agreed with them. And supposedly he went to Vince and told him, "Hey, I can't do this tonight." And supposedly him and Vince got into an argument, and both of them got pissed off, and Vince almost fired Mick Foley that night.
The thing I
I'm
remember
sorry
about the
if
Raw
I
is
was
shown.
I'm sorry to say it. If I was a wrestler that night, I wouldn't go out there. I would have told Vince, "Fuck you. What are you gonna do? Fire your whole damn roster?"
Jeff Jarrett was almost
Otto,
breaking down
Otto, let me
before the
ask you this.
match.
Let me ask your opinion. You're one of those wrestlers in the locker room getting ready for a match. You just seen one of your best friends die out there in the middle of the ring. You're really gonna go out there and do your job out there knowing somebody just died?
I would have left the hospital, and as much as many people hate Vince Russo, as much as many of them hate Vince Russo, whether we believe what he says or not from time to time, I think he mentioned that the reason why Russo left, one of the key reasons why, not just because of his heavy workload that he was going to get because of SmackDown,
One of the
is
reasons,
he
yeah,
wanted to
I
be
know
with
what you're
his
going to.
family.
I know what you were going to. One of the reasons people say Russo left because he got pissed off at Vince for not calling the show off because Owen died. He got pissed off and said, "If this is how you're going to run your business, Vince, I'm not going to be work with you no more. You know, I spent about 4.5 years with you in the Attitude Era giving you storyline, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to keep the show going after someone died. Fuck you. I'm going to WCW." That's
And also,
I've
family
heard
had
about that. I don't honestly believe it, but then again, this is Vince Russo we're talking about.
he said that he wanted to be with his family more, and Vince wasn't sympathetic about that idea, and then he decided to leave Russo.
Yeah.
Pretty much Russo saying that Vince isn't much of a caring family man for as far as other people.
Did you know Vince Russo does a live stream on YouTube with somebody? I recently looked up a Raw review, and he actually does a live stream on YouTube.
I think I've seen his channel, but I haven't seen one of his stuff.
Hmm.
God, where was I? The Raw Zone is, I think he mentioned in the next night that his son wanted to look like Owen, if I remember.
Yeah.
I think it was Dewey Foley.
Yep. Dewey Foley.
Jeff Jarrett nearly broke down before the match even began.
Oh, you could see. Oh, I'll never forget. It's on Daily Motion. It's not on YouTube. You can't really find it on YouTube,
I
but you
still
can
haven't
find it on
found the
Daily
match that
Motion.
he won the title.
They had an interview. They were just fixing to have his match, and they did an interview with him, and you could just see him walking around. He was shook up. I don't like Jeff Jarrett that much for his. I don't like Jeff Jarrett in the ring, but as a person, I mean, he was best. Him and Owen were like brothers.
I think they were
That
tag teaming
tag team they
at
had,
the latter point.
I that basically wasn't a tag team they had. They were like brothers. Hold up.
Well, if there's one thing about IndyCar when Dan Weldon died, is that they decided to call the race. When you get back, what is your thought about IndyCar decided to call a race when Weldon died?
At least they have enough. At least they knew what to do. At least they have the guts to say, "Hey, we're not doing this no more. We're gonna call the season right here. We're gonna do a 5 lap tribute." And the fact that the president of IndyCar decided to do a 5-lap tribute for Weldon, that was a lot of respect right there.
The sad thing that Rennie Bernard, he was doing pretty good. He wasn't terrible, but I think Weldon stuff had a lot to do with why he got kicked out of IndyCar. He was doing the best he can to save IndyCar, despite being a rodeo promoter of the day. What is your opinion on Robin Miller?
Robin Miller.
I'm curious. Speaking of IndyCar.
I don't really watch IndyCar that much.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry to ask this. What is that knocking sound? Is that in your background? I keep hearing a knocking noise.
Nope, it's not from me. The only thing you probably hear is probably the computer that I'm typing something.
Hold up, listen.
It's not coming from
What the fuck is that
mine.
noise? What the fuck is that noise?
It's not from mine. If it has a little bass, it's probably because it's outside my roommates watching a movie or playing Call of Duty or something. That might be the only thing I can assume it might be. That probably might be it. Or just heavy winds or something.
No, it's my neighbors. I figured it out. They're banging something across the street.
Oh.
Anyway, back to what you were saying about IndyCar. I don't really watch IndyCar that much except for the Indy 500. I haven't really watched IndyCar since Dan Weldon passed away.
I still try to watch it because overall, it's one of the better racing out there. But, quick question: what is your thoughts on? Have you seen Beyond the Match? Because I got a phone call. I'll let you talk. What is your thought on?
I have seen.
What is your thought on on the Foley family being traumatized in '99 Royal Rumble?
Oh, that was the Royal Rumble this year. If you're talking about the Royal Rumble this year, that was complete. I understand what the Foley family was saying. If you're talking about if you're saying the Royal Rumble this year, I understood what Mick Foley said, wanting to throw a brick through his TV because that's how I felt. Here we are, one of the top 4 pay-per-views, the first big pay-per-view of the year, and WWE gives us that garbage. We get Randy Orton, John Cena for the 1,500,200th time. We get Batista winning the Royal Rumble. No Daniel Bryan in the Royal Rumble. Oh, but he has a match with Bray Wyatt, which, by the way, was a good match. I'll give them credit. Both Wyatt and Bryan had a really damn good match. One of the matches of the year. Kind of funny they had Wyatt go over clean, but whatever. The fact you have barely any surprise entrances at the Royal Rumble. Yeah, JBL, but he got eliminated in what, the first 10 seconds of as soon as he entered the ring, he got eliminated in 10 seconds. I understood how Mick felt. It basically summed up for all of us. But no. People want to attack Mick Foley because he's an internet fan. And then his son goes on Facebook and blasts the holy shit out of Triple H on Facebook, saying, "My father made your ass." But no, people blast Dewey because he's an internet fan too. Everybody uses the fucking internet these days. That's why I get so fucking pissed off at these fucking people. This whole IWC bullshit. Take the IWC and shove it up your fucking ass. There ain't no fucking internet wrestling club. There ain't no internet wrestling association. The only reason that people come up with the IWC is because of the fact that the WWE likes to look us down as internet fans. That's the only fucking reason people come up with the IWC. And it's fucking bullshit. Everybody uses the fucking internet. If the WWE wants to call us internet fans, then please enlighten me on why they have a network, which, by the way, uses internet. Why do they promote Twitter, which uses internet? Why does Triple H talk about the WWE network? Because it's internet. They hate us internet fans, but yet they want to shove stuff down our throat that, oh yeah, runs off of internet. The WWE is the one being hypocritical. They're the ones calling us internet fans when they're the ones shoving the internet down our throat. That's what pisses me off. Oh, you're an internet fan. You're in the IWC. People wonder why I don't do wrestling reviews on my channel. Why I like doing wrestling reviews on here. Because I'm so freaking sick and tired of butthurt people saying that I'm claiming that I'm just an internet fan. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm the same guy that back in the fucking 90s was going to Monday Night Raws, was going to fucking Nitros. In 1998, I went to 10 Nitros in 1998 in different areas. Chicago, Indianapolis, Green Bay. I went to 10 Nitros in 1998. I went to about maybe 5, maybe 6 Raws in 99. The last time I went to a live WWE event was a 2000. The last time I went to a live WWE event was probably 2004 when they had a Raw in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm not going to these Raws today. What? Just so I can hear a bunch of little kids chant, just so I can watch a bunch of men in alligator suits and bunny suits wrestle?
Or chant CM Punk during an AJ Lee match?
Yeah. CM Punk! CM Punk! No offense to Punk. I like CM Punk. I respect the guy. A hell of a wrestler. I don't hate his fans, but sometimes his fans really get on my nerves. If I was at a WWE live event, if I ever went to a Raw again, and I'm sitting next to a guy, and AJ Lee comes out and he starts chanting CM Punk, I'm gonna either do this. One, I'm gonna tell him to politely stop chanting CM Punk, or two, I'm gonna just basically, if I'm pissed off, I'm gonna tell him shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear about that fucking quitter. He fucking took his ball and went home. Now, either you can chant for AJ Lee, or I'm gonna clock you right in the fucking mouth, and I don't care if I get kicked out. I'm so sick and tired of every time AJ Lee comes out, she's busting her ass to entertain these people, and what do the people do? CM Punk! CM Punk!
And to those who are chanting AJ Lee, more power to you, I give you respect.
To the ones that are chanting AJ Lee, they understand. Thank you. They understand. And I appreciate the fact that they're chanting AJ Lee. They care for her. But to the nerds and geeks that want to keep chanting CM Punk, this is the guy that took his fucking ball and went home. Yeah, go ahead and chant for a fucking quitter. Much respect that I have for CM Punk, he is a fucking quitter.
Quick question. Did they ever chant at Austin when he was in his sabbatical days in 02?
What?
Did they ever chant at Austin when he took his ball and went home for a number of weeks?
No, they would always say, what? They would always say, what? They never said Austin. We want Austin. Because back then, because everybody knew back then there wasn't no crowd control. Like Grit said on this Bruce Bliss video back in the past, there was a thing called no crowd control back then. If those fans would have started chanting for Austin after he quit and took his ball and went home, there'd be some tough-ass motherfuckers in the crowd that'd be like, can you shut the fuck up? People didn't take it back then. They took stuff way too seriously back then. those people would start chanting, "We want Austin." No offense to Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Those fans would have got sick of it and probably start a riot. But no, it's a different society today. You got this woman, you got this diva coming out here busting her ass off, the diva champion, and what does she get in return? CM Punk, CM Punk. I would love for CM Punk to come out one day, just cut a promo. He don't even have to ever come back to the wrestling business again. I would like for him to just come out one time and tell the fans to shut the fuck up and stop chanting CM Punk for his wife and start chanting AJ Lee. Because quite frankly, I think right now CM Punk's the only one that can shut these people up.
I'm so
Do you
waiting
know how
to think you'll do
disrespectful?
shoot interviews in the near
Do
future.
you know? I've actually heard reports. I don't know if this is true. You can believe me or not. I've heard reports that sometimes after the match, when AJ goes back to the locker room, she breaks down crying because she can't get over with these people because all they want to do is chant CM Punk. I've heard reports she breaks down crying. Do you honestly believe that?
I'm not sure. And I wouldn't blame her because that's all she wanted to do. That was her dream. Her dream to be the champion. She takes the championship. She pretty much, I think she puts the
This isn't.
title over. She had like a tattoo of the number of days she was champion.
Yeah.
Talk about putting the title over.
I already said my opinion about these people chanting CM Punk. What's your opinion on it?
I get sick of it. It's like I even sarcastically say, coming up next on Raw, Paige versus CM. Oh wait, AJ. CM no, CM Punk because that's what they want to call. I get it.
I find it if they want to chant CM Punk, find it funny that CM Punk came back, got shorter, grew a pair of boobs, lost his manhood, grew a pair of womanhood, and is a Diva champion, and is a girl. Yeah, go ahead and chant CM Punk. Apparently, for these CM Punk fans, they think AJ Lee's CM Punk just a shorter version and CM Punk with boobs.
This is the
That's why I
same
think they
woman
can't
that
CM Punk.
cried. That's the same woman who cried when she saw Lita. Back in 2000
Oh,
motherfucking
if you
one.
don't. By the way, I was just fixing to bring that up.
2000 motherfucking one.
If you people want to hate on AJ Lee and keep calling her CM Punk, go on YouTube after this video, or if you want to, go on YouTube now. Type in AJ Lee meets Lita 2001. I'm pretty sure you'll find a video on here. She was fucking crying her eyes out. This is back when Lita was in her prime, before Lita
AJ been
eventually
through
retired.
shit in their neighborhood. They even made like.
And you wanna know what Lita said?
Videos. Yeah.
You wanna know what Lita said in that interview? She said to AJ Lee, "I see you becoming a good wrestler one day. Just keep up with your dream, and sooner or later you'll be up where I'm at." And look, she's where Lita is, and what do the fans do? What do the fans do? This is a girl that followed her dreams of what Lita told her, and what does she get in return?
Well, for AJ Lee, all she gets is a chance.
But the WWE wants to call you and me internet fans. Everyone wants to call us internet fans. Oh, really, WWE? The main fact that you're shoving a network down our throat, which, by the way, runs off of internet. The fact you're shoving down Twitter down our throat, which runs off of internet. WWE, you're the ones that are hypocritical. You're the ones that are internet fans, WWE.
And you have the U.S. Championship on the internet.
Yeah.
Free show on the internet. Bite this on the internet.
Do you consider yourself a part of the IWC?
Give me the IWA, as Fritz once said. Internet Wrestling Hood.
International Wrestling Association. I know exactly what you're talking about. Hell, give me AWA. Name an American Wrestling Association, Australian Wrestling Association, whatever you want to call it.
Give me ICW. Drew Galloway is after seeing his promo when he went back to the European scene, he has some mic talent.
Damian Sandow had freaking mic talent. Look at that.
The best mic today. That's what got me over with him, besides his wrestling.
The thing about Sandow is they don't let him say what he's got to say. If you don't believe me, look up this promo he did with Ric Flair.
Or even The Rock, or him singing Randy Orton's theme.
He stood up to Ric Flair and The Rock on the mic. Remember that night when The Rock came? Remember that night when you remember that night when The Rock came out and was talking to Sandow, and Sandow was like, "Who the fuck do you think you are talking to me that way?" And The Rock was like, "Holy!" You could see it on The Rock's face. It's like, "Damn, this boy can talk."
He carried himself just fine. Remember the Rutherford B. Hayes bitch line on SmackDown?
Yeah.
He carried himself. I noticed he carried his own. If it was Cena, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna.
But no, what do they do with Sandow? Feed him to John.
To this day, I've never seen the match.
Feed him to John Cena.
I never seen the match, and to this day, I will never see that match.
I unfortunately saw it on Raw, and as soon as the match was over, I started crying. Because as soon as the match was over, I'm like, well, bye-bye, Sandow. Your career's over. You hit the Cena ceiling.
I guess what's going to be on Raw next week?
What?
Cena versus Ryback. You bring Ryback back from a hernia injury, maybe put him in a feud with Rusev, and guess what? He's going to be fed to Cena.
For what purpose is this match happening for?
Probably Ryback joins Team Cena, Kane interferes, Mercury interferes, match over, or tag team.
It's already going to be a DQ. It's going to be a DQ. Might as well not even want to watch the match until the last few minutes of Raw.
Roman Reigns, the disqualification factor of professional wrestling. Every Roman Reigns match ends in a DQ, especially when if it was Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, guaranteed DQ on Raw.
Roman Reigns going to be Super Cena 2.0.
I've already called
it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Hey, listen.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong with Roman. The guy can work in the ring a little bit. He's got some moves. The guy's got the look, and he has some moves. His mic skills suck. His promos, garbage.
That makes Psycho Sid look like The Rock.
He makes John Cena look like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, people compared the two. Yes, Hogan was more over. He knew when to turn heel. He was over in Japan. He could somewhat work in Japan. He made everything believable.
Seth Rollins turned his back on me and Ambrose. He turned his back on us brothers. But tonight, I'm going to take my fist and I'm going to shove it down Rollins' throat. Believe that.
Makes jumping Jeff Farmer look like Ric Flair.
You got me. Mad now.
You know what I mean by jumping Jeff Farmer?
Oh, when he was, I remember when he was fake Sting back in like '97 in WCW. You got me. Mad now.
Jumping Jeff Farmer make him look like Ric Flair.
Jumping Jeff Farmer did do a good. Jumping Jeff Farmer did do a good Sting impersonation. If there's anyone that could play off Sting, he could do it.
But obviously, you remember
How long do you think this Brie and Nikki Bella storyline is going to go? I say till WrestleMania, and it's going to culminate in a Cena Daniel Bryan match where Daniel Bryan turns heel. That's what I think.
I wanted it to be.
Don't worry, they'll feed They're gonna feed Rusev to Cena soon, but the first obstacle, they're gonna bring Daniel Bryan back and throw him right at John.
I see
When that
this
happens,
being for Cena and Russo. I see this being a unified title match. I'm calling it right now. Because I think Rusev will be U.S. champion. There's no way no way Cena will go to fight against Rusev just for the U.S. title.
You really honestly think the WWE would be that stupid to have Cena beat Lesnar?
They're gonna probably be stupid. There's no way Cena will just hold the U.S. title to get Rusev's first loss.
You wanna know what would be a surprise? Think about it for a second. Cena does win, pisses off Lesnar, pisses off the fans. Lesnar goes ape shit, attacks Cena after the match. Rollins comes out and catches in on Cena and wins. Or they can give Cena the Super Cena build, have him win the title, have Lesnar beat the shit out of him, have Rollins come out, cash in, and Cena still wins.
There's no way.
Like, what was the point of giving the Money in the Bank to Rollins?
There's no way Cena's gonna have just the U.S. title to beat Rusev. There's gotta be some sort of unification match.
Oh boy, when they have that
WWE Championship.
What do you think? What do you think they're gonna surround Cena with? You think they're gonna have him fight for the soldiers, fight for the kids, fight for America?
WrestleMania 7 all over again?
Oh.
The way they build up Hogan.
Really
Slaughter got legit heat for his angle and gimmick. Legit heat.
Because that was the freaking that was the Gulf War. People took the Gulf War very seriously back then. For Sergeant Slaughter to do that, he had guts back in the day.
Oh, he had balls the size of grapefruits. He had the testicular fortitude to do something that would risk his life and career for the business. For the business. What has Cena's done for the business?
Nothing.
Exactly. Yes, he does the merch, he does charity, he does all of that, but what has he done to make the business better besides that? There's no way they will have Cena versus Rusev and just be for the U.S. title. Either Rusev has to lose the U.S. title, or they're going to have champion versus champion. Cena beats Rusev, unfortunately, and the U.S. title is retired. I will not be surprised if they do such a thing as for the champion versus champion, a title for title, U.S. title retires, WWE Championship on the line. With Cena and Rusev. That will not surprise me one bit. Cena cannot just go John Cena wins the U.S. title and that's it. No. There's got to be something else involved than just the U.S. title.
Yeah. How long have we been live for? We've been live for about 2 hours now.
Yeah, but we still haven't mentioned. Okay, speaking of the Bellas, here's about the Bellas thing. Give me Rock of Love, I Love New York, which had David Utonga. Yeah, in case you're wondering, David Utonga was on fucking I Love New York 2. When he was known as Punk. Interestingly enough, he was part of the new Nexus with CM Punk. Kind of ironic that David Utonga joined forces with CM Punk when he was known as Punk and I Love New York 2.
How long, in your opinion, do you think this Brie Nikki Bella storyline is going to go for?
I hope it ends after 30 days.
After what?
After the 30-day service is over.
Oh, they're gonna have a Cena Bryan match. Watch what happens. They're gonna turn Bryan heel. Bye bye Yes Movement. Bye bye Daniel Bryan's career.
Mania 31 looks like a clusterfuck already.
Yeah.
We're not even in the new year, and we're saying Mania 31 is going to be a clusterfuck.
Well, we already know one of the matches, unless something happens. We already know Reigns is going to take on Lesnar, unless Cena beats Lesnar. They could have. No, I don't think WWE would go to that risk. They could have John Cena or Roman Reigns WrestleMania 31.
Give me the Grassy series. Zoe 101 over the belt storyline. Let me see what else. Secret Life.
Oh, you're gonna piss off one of my friends. One of my friends that watches the channel is a big Zoe 101 fan.
Don't get me wrong about the show. I'm just saying random shit that people might agree with. What else?
Give me the new SpongeBob SquarePants movie over the Brie Bella Nikki Bella story.
Give me the Fairly Odd Parents Pooh Era over that. Nickelodeon's become like the WWE or 2000 WCW.
It's like Bruce said. It's like Bruce said a couple of weeks ago when he turned on Raw. Am I watching Nickelodeon?
Sugar Mama would have made it in ECW. Sugar Mama from the Proud Family would have made it in ECW.
You wanna know what makes the WWE more kid friendly? They had somebody in a Dora the Explorer come out to Dora the Explorer.
They had sent out loose to Scooby Doo. No, I mean Sin Cara with being accompanied by Scooby Doo.
No offense to anyone that's a Scooby Doo fan. I mean Scooby Doo is a classic, but
70s
whatever happened in the days, yeah, it was a stupid storyline. Whatever happened in the days back in the old days when you had Chucky, when you used to have all these awesome things back in the day. You
WCW. You had Master fucking P in WCW. Master P in a storyline.
You had New Jack in that storyline with some big time celebrity back in the day. Remember that storyline they had with what was it? Rick Rude, I think. No, Rick Steiner and Chucky the doll in WCW.
I've heard about it. I was too young to watch wrestling at the time, that's the thing. But I heard about Chucky being in WCW.
Yeah.
I swear, one of these days. Oh yeah, who gives a fuck about Georgia Line?
And now we're stuck in a day where we got Scooby Doo coming out. We got a guy in a police suit. Yeah. Oh, we got. Oh, don't forget. You can't forget Flow Rider.
The most obvious lip sync of all time. It makes Ashley Simpson look like Madonna.
If there's one thing I would ask Vince right now, the one thing I would ask him, if I could only ask him one question,
WWF perform.
If I could ask Vince McMahon one question, if he allowed me to ask him one question, I would ask him this: why has the WWE gotten so kid friendly? And I want the truth, Vince. I would ask him that. I would ask him what's the truth? Why are you making it the way it is? Whatever happened to it being about us? Why are you targeting it toward kids? And I bet the first thing he would say is, because we want kids to be our target audience, because the male demographic is kids. No! It's not how it works! Sure, you can have sure, it's okay to have some kid stuff, but when your male demographic is males about 20, 30 years old, they don't want to tune in and see a bunch of guys in bunny suits. They don't want to tune in and see Flow Rider lip syncing. They want to see freaking wrestling. But no, you're giving us kitty crap.
Where's Kevin Harvick when we need him to shove him? Kevin Harvick needs to man up those people.
Is it hard?
Stupid shit.
Every night when you watch Monday night, does it pain you watching it?
I'm hoping for some decent matches and something in the right direction. And hopefully we don't see Los Motherfuckers or
Every time
Adam Rose.
every time they have something stupid come out like the Bunny or they have Nikki and Brie have that stupid storyline. Oh my gosh, Nikki, I don't know why you had to turn your back on me. I'm just doing the best I can. This is horrible acting, but you're supposed to be my sister. You're supposed to help me out, Nikki. Oh my God.
Give me Flavor of Love 2 while at
Garbage.
it.
If there was one question you could ask this, if you ever got a chance to meet
The
Vince
Johnny
McMahon, and he was,
Slaughter storyline, that one NASCAR show on ABC back in the day, was more interesting than the Bellas. When he was getting upset with his then girlfriend at the time, now wife, I think.
I know this is going to be really offensive when I say this, the Katie Vick storyline is better than this. Everyone should know what Katie Vick is.
That's how the whole Triple H and Kane feud really was driven on.
Yeah.
And they,
Triple H.
you remember they promoted
Triple H.
him as the last Intercontinental Champion for multiple months?
Triple H having sex with a dead corpse is more entertaining than this Nikki and Brie Bella storyline. And yes, I went that far.
Terms of endearment, The Fall of Our Stars, any Shailene Woodley movie.
I'm sorry if I offended anyone.
When it comes to Nikki Bella, every time I think of Nikki Bella, I think of she's the piss poor version of Shailene Woodley. Shailene, however it's pronounced. Let me see. That Cartoon Network show Time Squad over Bella's storyline.
Time Squad.
Some short-lived show. Caveman Kid Next Door over the Bella storyline. Final season of Drake and Josh over. The first 2-3 seasons were good. The last one not so much.
Hey, I'll be right back. Somebody's here. I gotta go do something. Hold up. I'll be back in give me 5 minutes.
Alright, I'll just vent for a little bit. I never cared for the Bella storyline. All there were at the time was a sex appeal. Then Emma came, then Paige joined along, and then a resurgence of Alicia Fox, and it was like, okay. Brie Bella's theme is the piss poor top 40 version of any pop song out there. The fact that All About That Bass is no longer #1, I'm so happy. I even did an Randy Orton post when I found out it was no longer #1. Speaking of music, as I got into the top 40 for a little bit, 30 years ago in the Billboard Hot 100, #1 songs. Compare Shake It Off, All About That Bass, Blurred Lines, or any of those songs. Compare it to Owner of a Lonely Heart. As much as I don't care for Jump, it's not their best song. Jump by Van Halen is not their best song. To me, it's either Panama or Running with the Devil. I don't care for Footloose all that much. When Doves Cry, Ghost Frickin' Busters was #1. Wham! Stevie Wonder, Madonna, Out of Touch by Hall & Oates. Speaking of Out of Touch by Hall & Oates, that's what the WWE is. They're out of touch. I encourage you, listen to Out of Touch, and then you can connect it somewhat to WWE with Out of Touch.
Alright, I'm back.
I was just venting that music from 1984 was compared to 2014, and I mentioned like Ghostbusters, Phil Collins.
Back in the day, back in the 80s, and people are like, well, WWE's just like it was back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, they had rock and wrestling. They had Cindy freaking Lauper.
You had Danny fucking DeVito. You had more edginess. When Andre the Giant turned heel, that was edgy and
John Cena's the new Hulk Hogan.
Offensive. Many people found it offensive what Andre the Giant did, or Roddy Piper. And his
John Cena's the new Hulk Hogan. These people that want to compare John Cena to Hulk Hogan, go back and watch Hulk Hogan back in the 80s and early 90s. At least At least Hogan knew when to change. At least when he knew when to change his gimmick.
And there's
Unlike
been
Cena.
reports that he did autographs as a heel, but he had to do it behind the scenes so nobody sees that.
They had people back in the 80s. They had Paulie Abdul. They had Whitney Houston, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had Michael Jackson in the storyline one time. They had people that had music talent. Oh, and what do we get today? Oh, we get Flow Rider.
Florida Georgia Line, who killed country music. I can't even whatever the fuck that song is.
Are they the same ones with that song, Baby You're a Song, You Make Me Want to Roll My
That's the
Window?
one I was mocking. Thank you for reminding me. Most overrated country song in the history of the modern era.
Yeah. People want country music, go look up Tim McGraw from the 90s.
Garth Brooks was the most over country artist in 90s.
Brooks and Dawn.
50 million copies of one of his albums sold. Back when it was the Diamond Era.
I have Brooks and Dunn, greatest hits, right over here.
Sterling Marlin drove the paint scheme of that group in Michigan, if I remember.
Yeah.
When Bill Elliott won for the first time in years.
If we can, let's go ahead and name it. Who's the only people in country music that are actually still good?
I don't really listen to country that much.
Blake Shelton, kind of questionable. Tim McGraw is the man. Easily Tim McGraw is the man.
I remember my brother hated Tim McGraw because he was in the frickin' Frito-Lay.
Alan Jackson, classic. Everyone likes Alan Jackson. Someday down the road, not this video, but some other day, we need to do a video about music these days, how much music has changed and how much it's just gotten bad.
Don't get me started with all about that, because I'm glad it's no longer #1.
We went from ECW having songs from Pantera, Metallica, bands
Dr. Dre.
Yeah, and now guess what we're stuck with? Flow Rider. Lil Wayne. Taylor Swift.
He's one of the main reasons that the music industry nearly died. Thank goodness the ringtone.
Who is that?
Remember the period of 07, 08, many people thought that the music as we once knew would die because they were all going for the ringtone jingle.
The last time music was actually really good, probably 2006.
Yeah.
I'll always blame Justin Bieber as the one that killed music.
I say Soulja Boy killed it. Never got over with me. From middle school, I hated the song. From day fucking one. I never saw talent out of that son of a bitch. Yes.
When I was in middle school, same as you, everybody was loving Soulja Boy. I hated it.
I fucking hated it.
Guy. Oh, he makes good music. He's the next Michael. People were calling him the next Michael Jackson. I crap you not. They were calling him Michael Jackson.
On that note, until we meet again, good night. I'm gonna just call it a day. Good night. I'm out. Fuck this shit. You can vent for another 5 minutes about it, but I'm done. Fucking comparing Michael Jackson to his ball.
Yes, there actually were people. People want to compare Eminem to Tupac and Biggie. No disrespect to Eminem, he's good, but he ain't no Tupac, he ain't no Biggie. Eminem's good, I'll give him credit. He's actually one of the least. He's one of the few music artists these days that can still make good music. If you don't believe me, go look up Rap God. That song is awesome. I don't get into country music anymore because all country music is about money and it ain't about the heart and soul. When's the last time we've heard a country music song these days that somebody puts their emotion, they put their soul into the song? They sing their freaking voice out. When's the last time we've heard a country music song like that?
No idea.
Baby, you a song. Baby, you a song. You can't even put Florida Georgia Line can't even put proper pronunciation into their song. Baby, you a song? It should be baby, you're a song. At least that would make more sense. Baby, you a song? You make me want to ruin my
championship match with Dolph Ziggler. Florida Georgia Line buried the IC title to ground zero. They focus on them more than the IC title that, like I mentioned, I'm a bitch when it comes to the IC title. To me, the IC title was one of the first titles that I cared more than the title itself, the world title.
There are literally, I ought to buy me a t-shirt because I saw me a t-shirt at Walmart, and it's basically the same one Bruce had. It says sometimes people just need a slap in the face. I would wear that t-shirt. I would have put that t-shirt on right now when I said people were comparing Soldier Boy to Michael Jackson. I was going to put that t-shirt on and put it on camera. Some people just need a slap in the face.
Makes Jeff Jarrett's Slapnuts reference relevant. I don't even know what Slapnuts really means. Me slapping him in the balls.
People were comparing Justin Bieber to the freaking Beatles because of how much girls get so crazy.
Beatles is a fucking group! Justin Bieber's a solo artist! Uncomparable!
Yeah, there's literally teenage girls. I'm not naming them.
It's the same shit about the Jonas Brothers, and I hated them from day one as well.
I hated the Jonas Brothers. I hate Big Time Rush. I hate the Jonas Brothers.
Big Time Rush are irrelevant as fuck.
I hate One Direction. I'm sorry, I hate One Direction. I know there's a lot of One Direction fans out there. I hate them.
I don't care for them, but I really don't care for them, but when it comes to today's artists,
Usher,
they're looking for the...
no disrespect to anyone that's an Usher fan. Sure, Usher was really good when he first started out. We can both agree on that. Usher was really good. Now...
My Way days up until...
Okay, I'll give Usher credit. Climax was actually a really good song. I'll give him credit.
This is the same guy who cried in Michael Jackson's service after singing a tribute song for him. He idolized
and then you got Usher. You got Usher trying to promote Justin Bieber as the new Michael Jackson. And where's Justin Bieber right now? Oh yeah, in Canada. Got locked up again for getting pulled over again.
This is the time that I say get the fucking shield back together and serve some justice.
Taylor Swift, I'll admit, when I was a little kid, I liked her music. I liked watching Hannah Montana, and I'll admit it back in the day. Now, seeing what she's doing now, where she's just sticking her tongue out, and just
looks like cum coming out of her mouth.
Did you watch
disgusting?
Did you watch the VMA Music Festival? Did you watch the VMA? Did you watch the VMA Music Festival where she had that black dude singing over her, and she's bending down? It looked like he's...
I avoid that video. I will never see that. I never saw it. I was so overrated. I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm never gonna talk about it in my show.
You've seen the pictures of it, though.
Yeah, it looked like cum coming out of her.
She's bending down. She's like, yeah. And here's some black dude behind her. I'm not gonna say it because it's salty. And it's basically, you want to know one thing that pisses me off about Taylor Swift? The fact that her father, Billy Ray Cyrus, ain't doing nothing about it. He's like, it's her life. Let her live her life the way she wants it. If this was back in the day, if this was back in the day, let me ask you this, Otto. Say Taylor Swift with your daughter. You see your daughter on TV doing that, bending down, having a black dude humping her. How
You
would that make you
mean
feel?
Miley?
Oh, Miley Cyrus. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry to any Taylor Swift fans. I'm terribly sorry. I meant Miley. Excuse me. Imagine you see Miley Cyrus bending down at the VMA Music Festival. Imagine she's your daughter and you're seeing her do that on live TV. What's the first thing you would want to do?
Ape shit mode? Or I would have been livid. I'm not literally ape
I
shit
don't promote.
like that
I don't.
cowboy
I don't
fan.
promote. I don't promote child abuse. I don't believe in child abuse. But this is one of those times I would. I would literally try to beat. I would literally beat her head in.
I was just
I
teaching
don't like
her
child
to
abuse.
play.
I don't agree. I don't agree with it. But
After
how can parents let their children act like this? They're letting Miley go out there and just.
back in the day, if you did that in the 50s, you would have been disowned.
Oh, this was the '90s and she was doing that on stage. You know what that crowd would do to her? They
They
would
would have
jump the
done,
freaking stage and attack her.
they would have done what they did with the Dixie Chicks albums, burn them and stop the albums. Let's wrap it up with 1998. After what you just brought up, I'm just done.
What, the Soldier Boy comparisons to Michael
Yes,
Jackson?
I said I'm done. Let's start on 1998 and wrap it up. I'll say this: every
The
sport was
fact that
big
the fact that
except for
people
the
the fact that
NHL.
people can the fact that people compare Justin Bieber to the Beatles when he's not when the Beatles were a four-man group.
That
Stupid.
comparison makes that comparison is like saying 3MB is the new NWO.
Soldier Boy, the next Michael Jackson. Give me a fucking break.
That's probably the worst comparison I ever heard of all time. That's
There were
like
literally people.
that's
There
like
were literally
saying
people.
Kevin Conway is. This is like Kevin Conway is Richard Petty. It's saying Jacques Villeneuve will win another race.
It's like saying Josh. It's like saying Brad Keselowski is Dale Earnhardt Sr.
That's like saying John West Townley is Bobby Allison.
You see what society is to these days? They don't go back and do their history. You got a bunch of kids going to school, not paying attention, not getting an education, going out, getting drugs, getting tattoos, just basically becoming hookers, strippers. The world's a weird place these days.
Yep.
Glad I went to high school. Glad I graduated high school. Alright, moving on. 1998, our last topic.
It makes Boomhauer Brock Lesnar. Don't get me wrong about Boomhauer. He's somewhat of a badass. What?
Well, thank you, Mario, for coming down for Brock Lesnar, man. And I ain't on the day on Brock Lesnar, man. I don't know what he's fucking talking about, man. On Brock Lesnar, who the fuck that is, man. Moving on. 1998.
Boomhauer. Oh, the most underrated character. One of the more underrated characters of all time. In animation history.
Moving on, last segment, and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah.
1998 year in sports. Would you consider 98 the greatest year in sports ever, or is there another year you could throw up?
There could probably be some, but when it comes to 1998, it never got any year with all sports.
2000. I could throw up a couple of years that were really good. 2008 was really good. 2004 was really good. 2012 was really, really good. 2014,
2013 was garbage.
2013 was garbage. 2011 was garbage. 2010 was complete garbage. 2009, trash. 2008, really good. 2007, decent. Some things I didn't like. 2006, okay. 2005, okay. 2004, really good. 2003, okay. 2002, really freaking good, especially with WWE.
I look
2001,
back at
garbage.
2002 being probably the more arguable best year in WWE to 98.
2001, garbage. Especially considering the fact 2001 we had Dale Earnhardt die.
Unless if it's baseball.
Yeah.
Mariners winning 116 games.
2000. Not a whole lot of people remember 2000.
Or 06. 2006 is sought after. I don't remember hardly anything from the NASCAR year at all in 06. We're focusing on that.
1999 was really good. 98 easily one of the greatest sports years of all time.
Except for the
go.
NHL, maybe. No,
Yeah.
nobody.
And we could say
struggled.
we could say the NBA because they did have a lockout. Remember?
Yeah. But talking about 1998, you had the most watched game in NBA history happen that year.
98, Michael Jordan's final season in the Chicago Bulls uniform before he went to go play with the Wizards. At least he brought us one final championship, and it's the last time the Bulls have ever gone to the NBA Finals.
Last time Utah made it.
Yeah. Back when the Utah Jazz were relevant.
Relevant, yeah.
Yeah, Tiger Woods.
And the Utah Ass.
Yeah.
If you drop the J, it's pretty much ass with the Z.
The Denver Broncos winning the first Super Bowl. John Elway. This one's for John.
NFL was really hot at that time. Brett Favre was in his prime.
Dale Earnhardt winning his first Daytona 500, 50th anniversary of NASCAR. Which I will, when we do the video down the road of his NASCAR rig, that's going to be one of the first races I throw up. The 1998 Daytona 500, because think about it, the 50th anniversary of NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt's 20th
Daytona 500.
Yeah, it was his 20th Daytona 500.
40th.
Oh. The 40th Daytona 500, the 50th anniversary of NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt's 20th attempt, and he wins. All the numbers add up. You got Gordon winning 13. Did he win 13 or did he win 12? Because from some people I hear 13.
The thing about Gordon is 13 wins. He didn't clinch the title until the finale. You would think he would have clinched it. No, I think he clinched it at Rockingham.
Yeah.
Still 13 wins. Mark Martin and Dale Jordan were still on his ass no matter what.
Yeah, Gordon win the Brickyard in a good fashion, which was a really good win. You got
ended under caution though.
You got FIFA having, I think, the World Cup that year. Did they have the World Cup that year?
First World Cup I ever saw. The big World Cup.
And if I'm not mistaken, the United States won that World Cup, right?
No. France and Brazil were in the final, and Ronaldo was injured, effectively ruining their momentum, and France pretty much kicked their ass.
Wait a minute, Ronaldo was back in 19.
No, we're talking about the original. We're talking about the original Ronaldo, not Cristiano Ronaldo.
I thought you were saying, man, Ronaldo's been playing for that long?
No. Marquez has been playing for that long. No. We're talking about Ronaldo from Brazil, not Cristiano Ronaldo.
There wasn't. 1998 was a good year in sports, but for hockey, it was just
nobody remembers.
I don't even remember who won the Stanley Cup.
I think it was Wayne Gretzky's last year, or about that time too.
Yes, it was. It was Wayne Gretzky's last year. That's the only thing memorable. NBA, you had the lockout, you had the Bulls win.
Which kind of killed the NBA's momentum big time.
Yeah. David Stern got put in as NBA commissioner, which
Sorry, he was commissioner before. The first NBA draft when he was the commissioner was the '84 draft.
he became full-time commissioner in '98.
Let me see.
Bud Selig became MLB commissioner for the first time in 1998.
What was your thought of him as a commissioner? What
Is
was
he
your
still commissioner? I heard he's giving it up at next year. The day Bud
He's
Selig
retired
retired.
in 15.
So
this was his last year. Season wise.
Wait a minute. Bud Selig is actually retiring?
In January 2015, he announced it last year. January 2015, so basically this was his last.
Alright. Well, I guess since it's Bud Selig's last season, he gave us a lot of good to baseball. He gave us a lot of bad. One of the worst things he ever did was calling the 2001 All-Star Game. Because of the fact that they didn't want the players to get hurt. Oh, really? And in 2008 at Yankee Stadium, they went, what, 14, 15 innings? You had the whole MLB in '98 was really hot. You had the New York Yankees, which a lot of people call the 1927 Yankees the greatest baseball team ever. I call the 1998 Yankees the greatest baseball team ever. Look at that lineup. Derek Jeter. You had
Mariners were hot too.
Let's see if we can name all the players from the. Let's see if me and you can both remember all the players from the 1998 Yankees. We had, of course, Jeter.
Bernie Williams. Jorge Posada.
Bernie Williams. 3.
I can't remember.
Mark Rivera.
Mariano Rivera. I was surprised he's been there for a while. He was part of that 1995 American League divisional game when the Mariners won.
What about Andy Pettitte? Was he around?
Yep. Joe Girardi. The manager was a player at the time. That I do remember. I just don't remember the name.
That is easily the greatest lineup ever. Yes.
You had an irrelevant Darryl Strawberry and maybe a Tim Raines too.
Yeah, the 27 Yankees won more games, but the 98 Yankees were more consistent. This was a freaking powerhouse team. I would love. Oh man, I would love it. I don't have it anymore because the online got turned off on MLB. I would love to download the 1927 Yankees and the 1998 Yankees and put them in a game together and see who would win. 98 Yankees versus 27 Yankees. Who's the better Yankee team? Who's the greatest baseball team of all time?
That would be debatable.
The Cubs did okay that year. I'm a big Cubs fan, as you can see by my avatar.
Yeah.
And by the way, people ask, what is that in my avatar? Those are actually, I had this avatar made for me. Somebody took the names of every single Chicago Cub player that's ever played for the Chicago Cubs and put it together. They put it together as a Cubs logo. That's what it looked like. It's actually really named. You could see Carlos Zambrano. You could see Ron Santo in here, Ryan Sandberg.
Mm-hmm.
Every single Chicago Cubs player is in this avatar, except for the new ones. 98 was a good, okay year for the Cubs. Of course, everybody remembers the home run chase between Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa, which is kind of bad looking at it now because as much as a fan of I am a Sammy
Joe
Sosa,
Buck was full Michael Cole mode that year.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was a Cardinal announcer for years. Even just before he was main eventing in the commentary scene.
Yeah. What's your memories of the home run chase between McGuire and Sosa?
When it looked like it was an intense battle between two guys that were respecting each other, and then Barry Bonds was just pissed off, and then he decided to join in 2001.
Yeah, after he started pumping them steroids. And then to find out years later that McGuire and Sosa both took steroids, looking back on '98 in baseball,
Sammy Sosa
that
looked
really
bad.
hurt.
The last one I saw him, he looked pretty bad, but it's been a couple years now.
There are actually people saying his skin color is turning white. There's some people said his skin color is turning white.
That's why I haven't seen any of the photos. 2001 Mariners, though.
If it does turn white, I'm gonna hate saying this, but I know what they're gonna call him. They're
Yep.
gonna call him the Michael Jackson of baseball.
Yep.
They're gonna call him the Michael Jackson of baseball. San Diego Padres were a big surprise in '98. I was not expecting that from the San Diego Padres. Trevor Hoffman and all of them. I was not expecting that. Yeah, they got swept, but I'm kind of glad they made it to the World Series. I mean, they deserved it. Cubs got swept by the Braves in the first round. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, go party, Atlanta Braves fans.
Fuck Anaheim Angels. Thank goodness Kansas eliminated them. Thank goodness the Mariners beat them in the last 3 games. Hallelujah. I'm glad they didn't win the World Series or made it to the next round. Fuck the Angels.
What was wrong?
2002.
Oh, I know where you're getting at because of the whole fact of the Anaheim Angels that year. Nobody thought they were going to make the postseason.
It was supposed to be the Mariners in the A's going in 02. Especially the Mariners had 160 wins with Ichiro, Edgar, Buhner, McLemore, Moyer,
Yeah.
Mike Cameron.
And look what happened to that.
Most of them were in their final run.
Here come the New York Yankees with their golden shovel. Bonk. Bye-bye, Mariners.
If A-Rod or Griffey would have been there in 01, they probably would have won 130 or more. I'm not sure about A-Rod. He was with Texas. Texas was still not good regardless. Texas
You
was
happy
still
the
not
Yankees
good.
won? Are you happy about the whole MLB season that year, the way the Yankees won and stuff?
Looking back to history, because I didn't really start watching sports when I was that young, I don't hope the Mariners did won, but given what happened in that year in New York, there's nothing to really be upset about. Unless you're a hardcore Mariners fan, there's a lot of reasons why I really hate the Yankees.
I'm gonna really miss Derek Jeter.
What's left for the Yankees? They got to rebuild. They lost Rivera and Jeter, even though they have not been factors in their final years.
Yeah. A-Rod needs to retire. He just doesn't have it no more.
He's been suspended. I think he's got like 216 game suspension or something.
Yeah. NBA, not really that much to cover. We basically covered it up. Bulls winning with Jordan. David Stern became NBA commissioner. That was the last time. Well, there is one positive thing about 1998. At least that was the last time the Utah Jazz, the Philadelphia 76ers, Charlotte. At least that was the last time they were all relevant.
Charlotte being relevant.
Look at the Look at the 76ers.
76ers were still relevant with A&M in the early 2000s. They were somewhat relevant with Allen Iverson in the early 2000s.
It took me a little bit to get back in the NBA these days, but because of the fact LeBron was being shoved down my throat, I figured I'd go back to the NBA, see what it's like. Yeah, it's a little different. Is the NBA still good, or is the '90s better? Was it back?
90s was
Was
more
it better back in
aggressive,
the
and
day?
Bruce can mention it all day about him.
Yeah, Bruce said on his
Different game
website
at the
that back in
time.
the day, back in the day they were more aggressive.
Kevin McHale and James Worthy. No, Kurt Rambis. Kurt fucking Rambis and Kevin McHale brawled in '84. Kurt
Yeah.
fucking Rambis.
'98, you had boxing. You still had Tyson around. He had that bout with who was it? Holyfield.
Holyfield '97 with the ear incident, which ultimately led to him going to the WWF.
Yeah. And
Basically,
speaking of
he got suspended,
WWF,
he
and
took advantage of it.
hold up. Speaking of WWF, 1998 easily one of the best years ever in wrestling history.
ECW was really hot at the time.
Vince McMahon, you did a lot of good things. You did a lot of bad things for wrestling. Vince McMahon, 1998 was one of your best ideas ever. That year. How many bad things were there in '98? How many bad things could we say in '98?
Let me see. 1998. Maybe
In WWE.
Animal. I think it was Hawk or Animal when it was going through the storyline that Dross threw him off the top of the Titantron.
Oh, the storyline where DX shaved their head bald. Yeah, that was a little controversy.
I'm trying to remember which Legion of. I think it was Animal. Let me see. Was it Animal or Hawk? That died. Yeah, it was Hawk that had that storyline where Dross threw him from the top of the Titantron.
Yeah.
Maybe that one would have been controversial.
Besides that, everything was good. Everything was good with WWE. They were doing the right stuff. They were doing what we wanted to see.
Choppy the PP was another one.
We wanted to see Stone Cold win the title. He won the title. We wanted to see The Rock.
They were smart on that.
We wanted to see The Rock be built up as this big guy. He got built up. We want to see Mick Foley. Well, yeah, Mick Foley, he won the title on January 4th, 1999, but you could still say that was
1998.
Yes, it was.
So technically, Foley won the title in '98.
You find it funny back in the day, WWE listened to their fans, they gave us what we want, and these days it's like, no, we don't listen to you. We give you what you want. You want John Cena. You want Randy Orton for the 1,000,000th time.
If we see Cena versus Orton 633.
Screw what we want these days. It's what the WWE wants.
Let me see. Their fucking mid-cards felt like main eventers.
Yeah.
The mid-cards had storyline, the mid-cards had personality.
Yeah.
Even the jobbers, technically there wasn't really jobbers with Al Snow and Bob
I want to
Holly.
throw this up real quick. 1998 was one of the greatest years in The Undertaker's career. Think about it. You had that match with Kane at WrestleMania, the storyline. You had the match with Mick Foley at Hell in a Cell.
He was
SummerSlam.
Heavily pushed in '98.
You had that match with him, the Highway to Hell match between him and Austin at SummerSlam, which was really, really good. One of the most underrated matches in SummerSlam history. That match was really good.
Yeah, obviously it's overshadowed with Rock and Triple H for the IC title. We're talking about the IC title. It meant something back then.
Yeah.
Look where Rock and Triple H ended up after winning the title.
Wait a minute. That was SummerSlam '98 when they had that ladder match.
Yes. It was
Oh.
it was Edge's first pay-per-view when he was with Sable of all people.
And then they made him debut a couple of weeks later. I think near what was it? '99 they made him debut.
We're talking about Edge or Big Show.
Yeah.
Edge debuted it already early in '98. I think it was
Oh. When
Christian
did
that
Christian
debuted
debut?
shortly. I think it was late after SummerSlam or around Judgment Day in Inger House.
Jeff and Matt Hardy debuted around I think around SummerSlam '98.
They were in the frickin' That 70s show as robbers getting their ass kicked by Ken Shamrock and Rock getting the Rock. Portraying his dad.
I miss the days back in the day.
Fucking Hardy's wearing King of the Ring '95 or '96.
You had wrestlers going on TV shows. You had Sting. I don't know if you remember. Remember when they had Mad TV and they had Sting go on Mad TV?
I don't think I recall
They had
that.
Austin go on it. They had Stone Cold Steve Austin go on some TV show and do a cameo appearance. Oh, sure, they do it these days. Oh yeah, for TV shows no one cares about.
Oh no, he has a guitar.
Go watch Burn Apprentice, where Sheamus is going to do a cameo appearance.
Give me Stone Cold in that animated show he was in. And this was at the time when South Park the South Park craze began.
Oh yeah, when they had WCW on there and stuff. If I'm not mistaken, one of the South Park episodes had an old NWO angle on there. See what I mean? What happened to those
tag team division was nothing else. Yes, there was some awkward pairing like Austin, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Austin, and all that. But the tag team division was somewhat strong, and actually, Outlaws, Acolyte, the Hollies,
Some people say the reason the Attitude Era was the way it was because Shawn got hurt. Do you believe that, or do you think with Shawn being there, if he hadn't got hurt, would the Attitude Era have been better? Because think about it, Shawn got hurt in '98. He was gone for 4 years.
He wasn't gonna put Austin over, but it took Taker to change his mind.
Because
many rumors about
Taker. Rumors went around that Taker told Shawn in the locker room, "You better put Austin over. I'm gonna kick your ass." And Taker did not mean that storyline. Taker literally said if Shawn did not put Austin over, he was gonna beat his ass. So Shawn had no choice.
Yeah,
Shawn basically got scared of Taker because everybody knows how Undertaker is. Shawn probably got
Taker and Shawn had legit heat for years.
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I think the thing with Shawn and Taker, at the time they had legit heat. Like Taker was the take no prisoners. He's fed up with the bitching and moaning of Shawn, and he's just enough. He was business-wise thinking what made sense.
Do you know why Grits and Bruce always say that before John Cena there was Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon?
Yeah, I know. Listen to the match with Owen Hart and Shawn Michaels when Shawn Michaels collapsed.
Oh yeah, what year was that? I was just watching that video last night where Shawn won the match and then he clapped in the middle of the ring, and the ref's just standing there kicking him like, hey,
96.
You all right? You okay, man? He's just sitting there kicking him. If I was that ref, I don't care if it was fake. I don't care if it was storyline. I would at least call for some help. No, you're just gonna stand there kicking him. Hey, you okay? Shawn, can you get back up, please?
Vince was like, yeah, Michaels! Before the match, it was like, yeah.
Hold up. Was that real or was that just storyline? Did he really pass out?
I think it was storyline. I don't know. The Eddie one, I still question.
The Eddie one is very questionable.
Speaking of blade jobs, Shawn Michaels had a gruesome one at
Hold
Bad
on.
Blood. He had a terrible scar, like up in a straight line. John Cena, the Jimmy Johnson of the WWE. The thing about Jimmy Johnson, though, here's the thing about Jimmy. I mentioned in my last
Hold
video
on, I'll
that.
be right back.
All right, last video I mentioned that the race was so bad I didn't care if Johnson won, or I was gonna be upset that Johnson won because I knew he was not gonna be a factor in the chase. He was already eliminated. Yes, I respect him and all that. Still don't like him, but when it comes to what happened in Richmond, even stuff like that, I think I cannot. If they are legitimately hurt, as much as I cannot stand them, I have to feel bad for them. I have to think there's like, hope he's okay. That's how I felt about Richmond. And the irony is that after Richmond, it's like all my hatred of Jimmy slowly went away. Obviously, I'm not a fan of Jimmy, and I wasn't mad that he won because I already knew he was not going to be in the championship run. Then I thought, okay, if Jimmy wins, he'll probably help Gordon. Now we're in Phoenix, where Chase Elliott can win the championship today.
What is that race going on right now? Or is that later
I
tonight?
have no idea. I think it may start now or later.
This is officially our longest video ever. I think we passed 3 hours.
Yep, and I have to get going in 2 hours because I have to go
Yeah.
a show.
So we're gonna wrap this up in just a few minutes.
Well, let's just say
WWE WWE 1998. If you can give it a grade from A to F, what would you give it?
I give it an A. Based on looking back on it, I give it an A.
I'm not giving it an A plus because there were some things they did do wrong. I'll give it
Like
a
with
A
Hawk.
minus. I'll give it an A minus.
Somewhere in the A range.
Yeah. WCW night. This WCW good at the beginning of '98, bad at the end of '98. Bad.
Do you think they should have just had Jericho versus Goldberg before Bad Blood
Yeah,
03?
one of the matches that should have happened but never did because Russo didn't want to work out a storyline between those two.
This was before Russo came along. This when Goldberg was spotted Jericho trying to redeem himself.
Yeah, and Bischoff's like, no, and Jericho just got sick of it and left. It's like that story. You remember that angle where Eddie came out and he said, Bischoff, I'm sick of your crap. All you do is hold us lower class wrestlers down, so you can have the power to Hogan and them.
The commentary all they talked about is
Eddie pretty much summed it up in that promo. Yeah, Eddie pretty much summed it up in the promo. You got all these young talent, Eric Bischoff, but you don't use them the right way. Instead, you want to bring in guys like Hogan. You want to bring in.
Before they went to WCW, they were at ECW.
At least WW. At least Vince McMahon knew what Eddie was going to be. At least they gave him a chance in WWE, and he made it work.
They gave him a second chance. Even
WCW '98
before the CM Punk we know now, Eddie Guerrero's CM Punk actually happened.
WCW in beginning of '98 was good. The end of '98 is when it got really bad.
A taser to end the match.
All I'm gonna say, finger poke of doom, finger poke of doom. And yes, that was January 4th, 1999. But I think was that live or no?
That was live. Raw was taped from. I think
then that doesn't count.
This is where the infamous "That'll put butts in the seats" came along. Yep.
So, grade of WCW, A through F. I gotta get going in a little bit.
Probably I give it a B or a C, maybe.
I'll give it a B plus. ECW, really good. I'll give it a B plus. There were some things they did wrong, but And yeah, that's pretty much it for 1998.
Wait, last question. Last couple questions before we both head out.
Yeah.
What was it? Okay, this is the first one was 1998. The second one has to do with the women's division. 98 Judgment
At
Day.
least they had.
98 Judgment Day.
At least they had. At least they had women. At least they had women back then that could wrestle, not bring them in just for the looks. At least they had women that had looks and could wrestle back then. No, we don't get that today. We get total divas.
Totally scripted.
We get AJ Lee coming out getting CM Punk, CM Punk.
Alright, here's the thing with me with the women's division. I personally think Lita made the women's title relevant. Keep in mind when they brought it back in 1998 to 2000, there was some pointless matches that determined the title. Yes, it had some appeal into it. You had Harvey Whippleman as the women's champion.
Whoa. Wait a minute. Hold up. I had to unmute myself for a second. The Harvey Whippleman.
Hervina, remember that angle? Harvey Whippleman dressed like a woman. He was the women's champion for about 2 days. Then Stephanie McMahon. This is before the women's title became relevant and better. This was before. We had to go through all of that to get where it was at the time.
Yeah.
When McMahon held the women's title, I don't think she ever defended it, except for like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Stephanie held the title.
Well, what are the other questions that you got? Because we're fixing to wrap it up. I gotta go soon.
Okay, so I was just gonna finish on with the women's. I was thinking it was Lita that kind of kicked it off, and then after that, you had Trish, Molly, Victoria, Ivory as well. Ivory somewhat.
You had wait. Would you say Sable or no? Because she ended up leaving around the end of '98, I think.
Someone made it somewhat relevant, but the matches were
Ivory.
still...
You could throw Ivory and Jack LaLanne in there.
Yeah, they carried it on, but around late '99 into 2000, they turned it into crap with Harvey Whippleman as the champion.
When do you think the Divas division became crap? Was it when Lita left?
That's when Trish and Lita retired, Mickie James left, Gail Kim left.
No, Gail Kim came back.
No, she came back in
Yeah.
But after those, even Beth Phoenix. After that, it was just
Who's the name of the diva? Who's the name of the diva? Who's the name of the diva that used to come out with the red carpet? She did the leg split entering the ring.
Melina.
Melina.
And Mercury.
She was actually out of all the divas, Melina actually could go in the ring. She could wrestle in the ring. She had the looks. She could wrestle. Wasn't the best wrestler, but she could move. And what do they do with Melina? They give her the pink slip.
Karma. Pong. Only showed up like on TV.
Yeah.
And disappeared.
Now she really was pregnant when she said she would be back. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for her to be back. They bring her back one time, Royal Rumble appearance. That's it. Oh, just for her to what? Squash Michael Cole in like 10 seconds.
One of these days, I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Lee or even a Charlotte maybe will be in the Royal Rumble.
Bring Karma back now so we can squash the Bella sisters. That would be epic.
Fantasy match: Sugar Mama, Awesome Kong.
And that about Yeah, and that pretty much covers this entire video. We went about 3 hours in, one of the longest videos we've ever done.
We went from Kurt Busch to music
people keep asking. people keep asking us, are we going to do a Phoenix review video? I don't know. Depends on what happens tomorrow.
Probably, probably not, because obviously I would have work to do.
Yeah.
I may still do
Let's just hope somebody
a
jumps
Ford
Bracket
400
Cloudy.
review. I'm not sure though.
Are we going to do it? You want to do a video sometime down the road of whoever moves on after Phoenix? You want to do a prediction of the Final Four at Homestead video? Who we got and who's in the Final Four and who we think.
If I have time this week, which I probably won't.
Because you did say something about Final Four video or something like that.
No, I just said predicting the Final Four. That was from months ago.
Well, hope everyone enjoyed this very long live stream, and stay tuned next time when we do a live stream, whatever that is. Could be Tuesday, Wednesday, who knows?
Might be Sunday. I'm seriously gonna be busy this week with my production class and all my other stuff that I have to do.
I know there's a lot of people out there that are college football fans. If y'all want some college football.
They should not be in the playoffs. I hope Utah kicks their ass. Sorry. I have the same passionate hatred to Oregon to the Anaheim Angels. Sorry, but that's just my feelings. Fucking Stanford.
What do you think of the before we go, question for you, what do you think of the Los Angeles Angels now? Still
hated him since the 2002 World Series, before we knew about Barry Bonds' allegations of steroids. I used to live in the Bay.
You hated wait a minute. You hated them when they won the World Series?
I was in the Bay Area. I was a Giants fan. I was a Raiders fan. I can't say that about the 49ers anymore since I live in the Northwest now.
The Raiders, yeah, they're Oakland Raiders.
They were in the Super Bowl when I was young. Only to get squashed by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Number one offense versus number one defense.
At least Jerry Rice got to play in one more Super Bowl before he retired.
Yeah. You know what's funny about last year?
Yeah.
Like every time we have a number one offense versus the number one defense in the Super Bowl, they always end up in a squash match.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone that watched this. Subscribe to Otto if you have. I'm gonna plug my stuff now. Follow me on Twitter at Rainfoster on Twitter. If you're looking to join a NASCAR league, it's at XPRL on NASCAR 14. We're on the forums and we're on Twitter as well. Find us there. Message me on PSN Range 25 if you're looking to join. I have a GTA 5 crew. If you're looking to play Grand Theft Auto 5 with me, add me on PSN. I'm not going to be on that much tomorrow due to the fact that the Phoenix race is happening and, of course, NFL football tomorrow. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow. Probably not going to be on. Sorry to anybody to disappoint them, but I'm going to be really busy tomorrow. Check out my YouTube channel for videos about NASCAR 14 and other related stuff. And that's about it.
Well, our Rocket Racing 94, obviously I'll be busy all week, so the next video might be next Sunday. As far as 2014 Ford EcoBoost 400 starting grid, I may just make us a 1-minute video with a link in the description below to watch it.
And one last thing I gotta say, fuck Brad Keselowski. That's all I gotta say.
All I gotta say is fuck Adam Esterson, fuck Cena, fuck Oregon, fuck Anaheim, fuck John Cena, fuck Keselowski, fuck Boyer, fuck them all. I bury the cockroaches until we meet again.
Fuck Soldier Boy for being compared to Michael Jackson.
Oh, fuck that Nimrod son of a bitch. Good night, until we meet again.
Until we meet again, people, thank you for watching.
We're out. And let's go Utah!